Hi, I'm Ame. That's
And
bro.
we're Marvel Phase 4.
Oh shoot, you right though.
It's not looking that hot. It's not
Oh
looking that
man, what? No, this is like the hottest Marvel's ever been. What do you mean?
man. If unless you live in an alternate universe where hot means cold and cold means hot.
Phase 4 is the best phase of Marvel we ever had. I don't want you to change a thing.
And quote that She-Hulk twerk real quick.
Should I cut that in? I got you. God, all right, let's just say it, dude. Phase 4's been a disaster. Holy shit!
It's been it's been something.
Like I will say this much, like, and this is me being like fair to it. It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah,
I feel like I've gone down the ride more than I've gone up it, but at least like I have had ups, and even though the ups are like small little hills versus like a rise.
yeah.
And going down has been more like tripping down the street. And not like
Going down is like is an understatement.
God.
You're like going down the mountain for real.
Falling off Everest.
Yeah, literally. You're just like you're on top of the world, and like maybe this also could be on us, maybe because maybe we're just getting too much superhero stuff. But the only reason why I'm like I don't feel like that is because I'm like I still really like that Spider-Man movie. I was like, this movie is fire, and if I was already like kind of out of the Marvel phase a little bit because they just keep releasing so much, I wouldn't even bat an eye, right?
But this is like this when you say that, that goes into my thoughts on it too. It's like I almost put Far From Home, No Way Home, and like Homecoming, but specifically those last two. I almost put them in like a box by themselves because they don't feel like they're part of like overall Marvel.
I guess so, but still.
Like, we have characters that pop up, obviously, but, like, I almost feel like they're self-contained films, almost.
Like our boy Strange, every time.
Our boy Strange. Who's, honest guy, is kind of like, he sets up the plot of the movie, he GTFOs.
Yeah, 100%.
And we will say, spoilers for all of Phase 4 that we bothered to watch.
Yeah, we tried. We tried. I'm gonna be real.
Let's be fair, man. There's just some that I couldn't.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
I tried watching She-Hulk and I was like, God, I want to kill myself.
Like I will tell you guys this was like I have seen more than him, but
he definitely has.
Oh my God, that number's not by much.
It is to me. It is to me because God, I didn't want to watch it.
But let me ask you first: what's your favorite phase of Marvel? Okay, all right. Answer's obvious, huh?
Yeah, answer is obvious.
All right, so why is Phase 3 your favorite?
That? I'm like,
So why is Phase 3 your favorite?
Oh no, you said your favorite phase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were saying like, what's your favorite like movie from this phase?
Oh
phase
no.
Okay.
Like, overall,
still obvious questions, obviously, but yeah, it would definitely be 3.
Okay.
I will admit, I do feel like they dropped the ball a little bit in Infinity War, but
Infinity War, really?
Sorry, not Infinity War. Endgame.
Okay, that sounds right. I was like, oh wow.
No, but Infinity War, that was lit. That was really, really good.
There's
just so many good movies.
Infinity War to me, and I really come around to it over like the time. But like a lot of people say, it's our generation's version of Empire Strikes Back. Or is this that movie that everybody just is going to talk about for like the next decade plus?
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah. It's like, it's so crazy. And like, I bite myself for like the rating I gave when I first seen it. Cause like, it is a perfect 10 movie. Like, there is like a issue I have with it, like a certain like storyline plot. But besides that, overall, just the fact it brings everything together.
Yeah, it like nicely wraps it and stuff like that.
Super nicely wraps it. And even like delivered on the villain we've been hyping up for like almost a decade. And he delivers. So like because of that by itself, you gotta really give it praise.
You really do.
That said, you wanna talk about the movies inside of it real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Bring out a list. Yeah.
Civil War out the gate. That's the first one.
Fire.
Holy shit. That's such a good movie to open on. Oh, man. I'm 10 for Civil War. I don't know how you are for it.
I would definitely give that a 10 for sure.
Like, I feel like it might deserve a 9 more if I'm completely real.
Like if you really look at it, yeah. But like that moment is so good.
But see, I feel like that movie is nothing but moments all the way.
Yeah, it is though. Like it's so good.
Even from the fact of like, even though he's all over the trailers and things, seeing Spider-Man for the first time finally in the MCU.
I know that was such a good.
It's such a feel good moment.
Yeah, especially when you see he's like on the roof and you just see Spider-Man like, oh hey. I was like, dude, that was like so good.
Like honestly, I think the biggest issue with Civil War is a problem all the Marvel phases kind of had, which is the villain.
Yeah, hardcore.
Could you remember the villain from the movie?
Nope. Oh wait, yeah, I do remember, but I forget his name.
Still just as bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's like even with that, it's like, oh, what's the reason that we're doing all this? Well, y'all killed my family in that other movie, and I wanted revenge by having you guys kill each other.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, sure, guy.
I legitimately forgot his name. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's Zemo. I don't even remember for another reason I'm gonna bring up later, but it's Zemo. And honestly, he doesn't really leave any impact or anything at all. He's just kind of there and then he's done.
Yeah, he just explains why he did it and stuff like that.
Even like him killing Black Panther's dad, it's like, I feel like that should have been a really interesting side plot, but it really doesn't go anywhere.
Nah, not really.
Just kind of ends with him beating up with him being like, are you sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, cool. I'll take you to jail now.
All right. Let's get this man some sack.
Man. Next on that list is Doctor Strange. I really liked the first Doctor Strange movie.
I actually really liked it too.
Okay.
I don't know if I would say that's
give it a 10.
I would say that's maybe like an 8 or a 9.
I'm bouncing between an 8 and a 9 too. Because the ending I think is amazing. And I think it's super underrated. I come to bargain. Like easily to be the most underrated ending of any movie for the MCU.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
But besides that, it's kind of like, I feel more like it's a fun trip with 100%. Magical Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be kind of his issue. It's like nothing really in it feels like super original.
Yeah, and then the other thing, it has the same problem again. Is like, who's the villain in that one?
I couldn't tell you.
I know, because I know who it is, but I don't know his name.
Same. Black dude with dreadlocks, right?
No, it wasn't him.
I lied. It's the one who he put the cape over the head and like got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like, that's what I mean. It was like the villains, they really kind of lacked on for a lot of these.
Yeah, they weren't
the next one, a movie to this day I've yet to see, and I know it's good, but I haven't seen it yet. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like, I don't care for it as much as the first one, don't get me wrong.
The first one, to me, is such a perfect movie.
Like, there's no way I was touching it, for sure. There was literally no way.
Is that all you have to say on that one?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I get, is just, you're just not touching that first one. I'm sorry. Like, I'll say, like, going off of memory, I think it's a 7.
Wow, I'm actually shocked. Because the first one, to me, I think you're in the same boat. Easy 10.
Oh, easy 10.
Wow, so a 7.
Because here's the thing, though. Again, the villain, is like, Peter Quill's is like dad, right?
Dad, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And it really kind of just, he's just like essentially like a god and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't even remember the most of the plot, to be honest with you.
I remember a lot of people tell me that his motivation becomes such a, why did you tell anybody this? Like out of nowhere at the end. And I'm like, what? What happened? Well, I guess it's like one of those things where like, if you just would have not been talking at all, things would have been better. Like, that's such a weird mistake for a villain.
Yeah, because that's the other thing he talks about, like that happened in the film. He's just like, and that's why I murdered your mother. And he's like, you murdered my mother?
It's not looking like that, is it?
It was like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my fucking god!
It literally is like that, word for word.
That's kind of funny. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I forgot what leads up to that, but yeah, he basically says that.
He just drops it nonchalant, huh?
Yeah, he does. He literally does.
That's funny. Oh my god, dude. Well, going from that one, Spider-Man: Homecoming, which you like a lot more than me. I will say you that right now.
I love it. I love it so much. I'll give that a 10.
It's like, we don't usually have ones we like disagree on like mega hardcore like this. But this is an 8 for me. And the only thing stopping it from being a 7 for me is literally because the final act's so good.
Yeah,
like, from that car ride when they're going to homecoming to the end. It's like perfect.
I don't know, man. I loved all of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, this is my jam, dude.
It's just, to me, it's like, I guess it's like, and for me, it's like, nothing about him feels like Spider-Man for like majority of the film. And it almost feels like I'm watching somebody try to train to be like Iron Lad, or to be like the next Iron Man in that shadow. And the things he's doing are like, I will say, like, I feel like you caught the atmosphere of Spider-Man. Like, I will say that Spider-Man is New York.
Oh, 100%.
And everything, 100%. But him himself is like, I never get, and get me wrong, like Andrew Garfield and, I'm going to call him Peter Parker. That's how good of a job he did.
Yeah, I know. Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, thank you. But both of them, like, they had issues too. But I feel like they both, like, nailed something involving Spider-Man that was just kind of, like, great. Tobey Maguire way more than Andrew Garfield.
That's kind of, yeah, 100%. That's why I kind of like, I always liked Tom Holland, because I feel like he gets the best of both qualities for sure.
Yeah.
And I like both of them.
He fits the Peter Parker side and the Spider-Man side perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly. And
but to me, I feel that way as it goes later on in the different films. And it's weird because, like, it's not like an issue I had in Civil War either. In Civil War, I'm like, no, this feels like Spider-Man for me. 100%. Yeah, so, like, I don't know, like, why it feels so different in Homecoming. And I will admit, I got, like, a bias anyway, because, like, I'm already, when it comes to, like, school-based drama type things and shows.
Yeah, you already are like,
I kind of check out a little bit as is. So that on top of it just was like a whammy. And I think the movie's still fine. Like, I don't, like, by no means, none of the Spider-Man movies are bad.
Nah, not even.
Let me rephrase that. None of the Disney Spider-Man movies are bad.
Well, you don't like Disney Spider-Man, man? You don't like that? You don't like that, bro?
Disney Spider-Man 1 is good.
You like that Spider-Man? Come on, man.
Disney Spider-Man 1 is good. 2 doesn't exist.
You don't like that, man?
And Spider-Man 3 is,
yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is one of my still favorite films, which is crazy. Like, I love the Doc Ock one so much.
I don't know. I always like that first one the most.
The first one was good, but I feel like the first one was good because Willem Dafoe was so good.
Yeah, dude, it's so good, though.
Probably the best MCU film we ever had.
I freaking love Willem Dafoe. Oh, my God. When he comes back later on.
Oh, we'll get to it.
So good.
We'll get to it. But that's our thoughts on that one. Thor Ragnarok, the funnest 10 on this list.
The only reason why I like Thor now, 100%. Yeah. Was not a Thor fan for a good majority of the entire MCU. Did not care for Thor. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Not even. But that said, Taika Waititi came in. He did such a good job at Ragnarok, making him fun and exciting.
Yep. That was like probably one of the... That's argue if you say that's your favorite MCU movie. I can see
it. I get it.
I get it 100%. But no, I flat out would say that's definitely a 10.
I sent them back to the YouTube video of the guy who they used Thor Ragnarok to get this person who hates superhero films into superhero films. And it's like, even that guy who was just like, oh, I think all this is like childish kids, so I can't stand it. Even he walked out of it like, oh, no, you know what? It's pretty fine.
Like, that says a lot.
That's to say a lot to be as is. It's like, even people who is in their normal world can go into that and still take away something.
Right.
Now, I still think Guardians of the Galaxy is the perfect gateway movie, but...
Yeah.
But still. Moving on from that. Black Panther, honest to God, really good.
Fire. I will admit, I'm not on everyone's board of like, this is an easy 10. I'm like, I don't think it's a 10. I don't think it's a 10.
What's knocking it from you? I'm actually curious.
I guess it's like everything else that kind of goes in between. Like, I will admit, when Killmonger comes into the show, I do like it a lot.
Once Killmonger comes in, dude, it's a 10. I got nothing but a 10 to say about it.
Like, my problem is, like, everything that doesn't involve Killmonger or anything going on, it's like, I just don't care.
He's still in for, like, honest to God, the 40% mark to the end. And then before that is Andy. So that's still 60% of the film he's in. And then the first 40% is Andy Serkis, who I also think is really good.
I don't know, man. It just didn't really hit for me, honestly speaking. It really didn't. It only hit like when it came Killmonger in that part when he confronts T'Challa and stuff like that and starts like telling him what's gonna happen. It's so good.
But I gotta bring up again. It's like even for me when it comes to that movie, it's like I remember the first time I watched it with you. Legit, the whole way through, I was like, "Oh, y'all killed Andy Serkis here? Well, the movie's over. Like, how are you gonna top this dude? Like, I remember him still being that good. That Killmonger blows him out the water later.
Yeah.
But the fact that I still had a fun time with just him before Killmonger even came in, that's why I'm like, nah, I can't. That's one I can't knock on because of the villain. I really can't.
I'm not knocking it off because of the villain. It's just like the whole everything else, though. I just don't care about.
What's the everything else, man?
It's like the whole Black Panther storyline and stuff like that. I was just not vibing with it as much as everyone else was. Like it's all right, but like when you start explaining like why Black Panther does certain things and stuff like that, I'm like, man, does this sound like bad? But I kind of side with Killmonger a little bit. Kind of weird. And I was like, I don't think they intended that to be the idea of it.
Maybe not, but at the same time, because that's what you took away from it, I still say that's kind of props because the movie puts them in your face so much.
That's still also like my thought process is like I'm watching this movie for like the message you're trying
I
to
will say
convey.
this much. I will say this much, and this is why, like, for me, the movie's a 9. It's because I feel like Black Panther is actually the weakest character in the film. Like, interesting wise. Like, I actually feel like everyone else around him is like more interested in what he's doing.
It's like the problem is like you have like certain characters that are just a generic serious guy, and it kind of works, but not all the time.
That's kind of why I like this guy. I feel like it doesn't really have that. I can't think of the one who fits that bill of like the generic, straightforward. I mean, I guess except for like Andy Serkis, I guess you could, where he's the wacky, insane character you always get in like those films once in a while. Mm-hmm. But also, he invented the wacky, insane character, so it's like. He's Gollum. I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I know it's Gollum's good. So it's like, I get
it is good though.
I will say this, but I'm sure you think the same thing to me with that the Andy Serkis section is the weakest section of the film.
Mm-hmm. It is.
But to me, it's like it's still so good with Andy Serkis. Like to me, it feels like a really solid, like standard Marvel movie up till Killmonger comes in. Then it's like, oh shit, it's better than a standard Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's where it like takes off for sure. You're like, all right, this is actually lit.
So that's like the only reason.
Like if I had to, I probably would say a 9 as well. Probably just because Killmonger,
he's really so good. He carries the movie on his back.
He really does.
This is also why I'm worried for the second one. I'm like, well, how do you capture this magic now if you're not going to use Killmonger?
See, that's the thing too. Is like I don't think like other people like did a bad job. I just think it's like how they conveyed it and how they like introduced like some of the characters. I just like was like, all right, like nothing's gonna beat that Killmonger scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which nothing does either.
Like even when freaking Black Panther puts on his suit, Killmonger does it better.
Killmonger does it so much better.
And this man jumped out of a jet plane, and all Killmonger did was literally put on his suit when he had his clothes on, and it destroyed all his clothes. And I was like, damn, that's kind of cool.
It's the standard. We gotta have the villain have similar powers to the hero type thing. It really is, but I do feel like it's the best version we've gotten.
True, that's like probably the best outcome version we are definitely getting for sure.
Also, I think it's the only one where I don't care about the hero as much as the villain.
That's true.
And that's like, I think that's kind of why like I can't give it that 10. It's just because of that one thing where it's like, I haven't had another Marvel movie, I don't know if you can name one, where I like the villain more than the main character. I only
not as hard.
One.
Not as hard for sure. I'm trying to think of all the villains like even Thanos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even him.
Well, Thanos is great, but Thanos' issue is now you're comparing it to all the Avengers.
Yeah,
you're saying, oh, do I like Thanos more than all the Avengers? Like, oh, no. Like, this Avengers have taken him out. And this is like the only one where I'm like, I like Killmonger more than Black Panther. I don't have another Marvel movie where that's the case.
Yeah, literally.
Moving on from that, though, we got Infinity War. We basically said our thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's basically like the best thing you'll ever see. Literally.
Yeah, like easily, that's like the best Marvel movie. That's what they all built up to. It's a surprise hit that I think me and you both like way more than we thought we would going into it. But Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, good.
Like, that's actually pretty insanely good, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was actually surprised because I will admit I did not think I'd like it as much. I was like, actually, this is kind of cool. Again, it still kind of has that problem of like, all right, who's the villain?
That's the thing, though. Like, I actually don't feel like that's the case for now. I feel like that's the one they actually kind of nailed having a good villain in it.
Really? Because I actually don't remember the villain.
That was Ghost. The whole, like, fade through wall.
Oh, the fade through wall. Yeah. All right, their ability was definitely cool, though. I definitely.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I was like, all right, they kind of really delivered on it.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Like, that's what I got to rewatch to really see, like, what I really would rate it. But on top of my head, I legitimately feel like give it a 9.
I give that a 9. Yeah, I was going to say 9 or 8.
9 or 8, yeah. Actually, I have to, like, re-see to really see. But
I had to rewatch that.
Because it has been a long time.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't remember the villain at all.
The fact that I remember the villain is enough to me to say, like, that's why I'm on that 9 sets of the 8. Because I remember the villain. I can't say that.
Honestly, as messed up as it is, the only one villain that I haven't been mentioning, I'm like, all right, I do remember is Killmonger.
More reason for that Black Panther to be on the 9 side for you. But after that, you seen this movie. I didn't even bother. Captain Marvel.
Which one?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's something. I'm gonna say that's a. I'm even probably generous just giving this. I think that's a 5. It's me being generous too. I actually low-key want to say lower because I'm
until No Way Home came out, that was the best-selling Marvel movie, even more than Endgame.
Makes literally no sense because it's the most trash. Not even joking with you. It's literally the most trash. You want to talk about bad villains? I don't even know the villain's name in that one, or what he's even capable of.
I will admit, I haven't seen the film, but I will say that Captain Marvel's the only one where I hate both the villain and the main character.
Yeah, I didn't even care for like even how she got her powers. I was like, this is stupid.
Did she like shoot a jet engine or something?
Yes. And here's even the stupider part, right? Mm-hmm. So she shoots this jet engine where she gets powers, right? There's this other person. I think there's 2 more other people who are like near the explosion or something like that, and they don't get any powers, but only she does.
Checks out.
And I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, well, for a palate cleanser.
Oh, wait, she shoots this alien ship. Mm-hmm. Or alien technology inside their airplane or something like that somebody else was trying to get and explodes. She somehow gets powers while there's somebody else right there with him or with her, and they kidnap her or something like that. I can't remember exactly because it was so trash. And he doesn't get any powers, which makes no sense to me because I'm like, so how does that work? That's like, I was thinking in my head, that makes no sense. How are you going to give one person powers because they shot this explosion that went off, right? You would think, oh, okay, they get powers like that, right?
But bro, his power was that he didn't die.
Well, he definitely didn't die. Later he does, I think.
Oh, shit.
That was our main villain.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like a 10 out of 10 movie to me.
Yeah, goddamn.
Then
you also get the great backstory of how Samuel L. Jackson got that his scar on his eye.
I heard about that. About that. That was
you want to know how about that? Yeah, dude. Can't trust those cats, bro. I was like, this is the most badass character ever, or one of the badass people, right? Gets attacked by a cat.
But I was like, cats are scary.
I guess so. So I'm gonna keep that duly noted.
Would you fuck with a cat? I would fuck with no cat.
I forgot what was the whole thing about the cat, but I think it's like an alien or some shit. But regardless,
does that make it better though?
No, it doesn't.
Better. Oh my god. Well,
it legitimately doesn't.
The last 2 films for Phase 3, of course, the big one, Endgame.
I think I'm gonna give that one kind of an 8 on that one. I'm gonna be harsh on that because, honestly, it kind of falls. It does have a lot of good moments.
I gave it an 8 when it first came out, and I always wonder if maybe I'll swing on the upside and start to go towards a 9 as time goes on. It's to me, the problem is now it's just a 9. I'm looking at it and going, does this movie compete with Infinity War?
Or the answer is no.
No, it doesn't.
Not even a little bit.
And it's crazy to say Infinity War feels like a better coming together in all these movies than Endgame does, feeling like trying to be an ending.
Yeah, literally.
So And it's not to say the movie's bad or anything. It's not. Like, it's not a bad score.
It's not. It's really not. It's still pretty good.
It's just the fact it's like the movie is understandably...
It loses its identity a little bit.
Huh? It does. It's like, I like the idea of you see them, essentially it's this, well, let's pick up where things left off. Like, let's go. Oh, it turns out he destroyed the stones. We failed. And it's the movie's this entire slow period of, well, we lost. So that's GG.
It's like a big pity party.
And honest to God, I would have been okay with that being the film. But then it's like, you see Ant-Man show back up, and it becomes this time travel movie. Which is funny, because it was the one where we thought they was going to solve this problem anyway at the Infinity War. They're just going to have to use time travel. Thought it'd be a stone, but no, they're just actually time traveling. And even to that, it's like the time travel section, you know, I get what they wanted to go for, which is, this is just big, let's come together. Remember all these movies been through all these years to get here. Yeah. Let's relive them in like crazy what-else type scenarios with it. But we don't really get that. Instead, we get almost like cameos of older films is how it feels to me.
Yeah, kind of. Like, there's a right way of going about it, and there's a wrong way about going about it. Because, like, here's a good example, right? Flash.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Okay. This is to go completely off topic, right?
Go for it.
So Flash, right, when he goes back into the past and stuff like that, talks to Reverse Flash and stuff like that, those moments in that TV show is fire.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Because Flash it's like, CW. You know... Yeah, Flash CW. We don't talk about the other seasons. We just talk about season 1 through 3. And
we don't talk about the live action.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Anyway, so for the CW Flash, that like when those moments when he goes back and you can kind of relive and like what he did and stuff like that, and he noticed like little extra details that he didn't know. It's super cool. Like especially with the whole Reverse Flash stuff, when you like, oh, you're like you know that this entire time. He was Reverse Flash the entire time in that time period. And you're like, man, what did he do?
Oh, that feels so freaking cool, too.
Yeah, it's like that's like the whole time
knowledge and going through with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But with this, it's more so nothing in it really. It's kind of just there for jokes and quips. Like, even like with the parts that I think are okay, like America's Ass, where it's like, that's still just kind of there to be funny.
Yeah.
The whole, like, Hail Hydra in the elevator. Just kind of there to make references and things. It's like nothing in those going back in the time sections feel like what I think they should have been. Like giant, let's come together, remember these moments, and have a big feel good. And the only parts, and it's so crazy because it's my two least favorite characters are the Avengers, but the only part that has any impact at all is the Hawkeye and Black Widow section.
And even then, I don't feel anything. I
legitimately don't. But to me, even with the whole idea of Red Skull being there and all that, like I feel like
weird,
which is also weird. But I feel like that's the one that's like actually kind of like, oh, okay, this is the one going back in time to a different place and having some meaning. Like there's some actual, it's something I really care about. But what other ones have substance like that? Like which other part when they went back to that's like both give you a oh wow, I have this knowledge from the past and it's crazy. I get this crazy revelation from it. It's like none of them really does that for you. And which ones is also oh wow, they said we came back here and like now it's cool to see how different things are. Like how much has changed, like how much we grown as characters. And like you don't get that either. The only other one that you kind of have it for is Hulk with you're gonna have to help me out with her name.
Scarlett Johansson.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Black Widow?
No, the time versus trade Doctor Strange.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you were saying that because in my mind when you said that, I thought about the Ghost in the Shell thing. Like, yeah, no, a white person pretending to be Asian. That's how I thought you said Scarlett Johansson. I was like, I'm afraid he was going to say that.
God's plan.
Oh boy.
Because I didn't even attend to that, but you know what? Now that you say it like that, I did.
Just going to go ahead and mark down 29.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, even like with that, it's just like, oh, cool, okay, so you're finding out that, oh, shoot, Doctor Strange really did have a plan for all this.
Yeah, that was a cool moment.
Like, that's kind of cool to see that come together, too.
He's like, Strange is never wrong.
But
and then he just gave up that time stone immediately.
But because of the nature of what was going on there, it had to play out the way it did. And the way it played out still was kind of, all right, this is real quick. Here you go. It's done. And the fact that, like I said, those are our only two real moments that have like any real actual like impact to things.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything else is just like a joke.
Yeah. And it's like, and the problem is that's the other 40%, like 40% is still being sad, 40% is dealing with the time shenanigans, and the last 20, honest to God, more like 10% is the final
like
battle.
The final fight, yeah.
So it's like, shoot. Sorry, it's kind of a mess.
It 100% is.
There you go, I'll go. I know where we're coming from on that one when we both give it 8s.
Yeah, like it's still good. I still recommend it.
Still recommend it too. If you got this far, you don't watch Endgame. Like, I'm sorry, why? You see the other movies.
I'll be impressed. I legitimately would be impressed.
Yeah, I've seen all the movies up to Infinity War, but this Endgame one, I think that might be a bit too much. Huh?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you know what? I'll just stop here. It'll be all right.
That said, Phase 3 wasn't over with Endgame.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no. There was one more movie that ended Phase 3.
Which one was it?
Far From Home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Which...
another 10.
That's
Easy.
good. I'm a 10, yeah. I honestly, even now, like I'm thinking, like, do I have any issues?
Mysterion? Oh, man, that was so good. Mysterion was so good.
He's a good villain.
That was a really good villain.
He's a really good villain. He's fun. Like, I'll admit, his reasoning is both a bit of a, I get it, but also how you went about this is really freaking dumb.
100%.
There's a lot of things, misunderstandings, making the plot move stuff, which is stuff I normally don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And you ought to turn your brain off on the idea of Tony giving Spider-Man all this crazy super tech, and Tony being the same person saying things throughout the entire movies of, oh, we have too much power.
I know, you really gotta like kind of turn off your brain on that one.
So like there's a lot of turning your brain off for the films, but just going through it and watching and just going on the ride, I still think it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's still really, really good.
Like, for me personally, I still want to kind of weigh on the side of the knives because of how much I turn my brain off with it. And the fact that the next one is such a 10. There's like, I can't easily say like, oh, do you have a hard time choosing between this movie and the next Spider-Man movie for like the best one? Like, no. For me, Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man. No Way Home.
Yeah, it is flat out.
And to me, it's like, if it's like that easy of a choice, it clearly just can't be like that high up.
That's true, but I'm still like, I don't know, like some of the scenes, especially with the Mysterio fight scenes and stuff like that.
But to me, like, here's the thing, like, tell me what you love outside of Mysterio stuff.
So, like, outside of that, literally pretty much nothing else.
And this is a long movie. This is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but like you do see some character development with Spider-Man and stuff like that. And I will admit, I do think you're kind of biased on it because like the whole school thing and stuff like that he does have. Yeah, like it is not the most intriguing thing. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Well, even like the whole thing, like to me, like the interesting thing is him getting in touch with Nick Fury and trying to figure out what to do. Like when
that was funny.
Yeah, it was like that's the interesting stuff. But other than that, it's like again, Mysterio's not on screen. I almost feel like there's nothing really in this movie that's really making me go like, yeah, it's like everything in this. I do feel like Ned and the gang, like the side characters, have a lot more love in this.
Yeah, I definitely do, and I do like the Ned parts. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I feel like all of that's still like good stuff. But again, like I'd be lying if I didn't say it's like No Way Home, where we're gonna get to next. Where it's like everything in that movie, I feel like just clicks for me.
Yeah, especially like that finale scene stuff too with Mysterio. I was like, oh god, it's just so good. Like I will.
That's such a good way to end it. That's it. You gotta turn off your brain for the whole. If Spider-Man said this ultra specific thing that happened to be the big problem in the movie, y'all.
Yeah.
Handle the draw. I want you to execute them all. Yeah, do it. Execute them all. like, all right, that's a
good soldiers follows orders, bro.
Do people talk that way? Oh God, that's a bad one too. But other than
But
that,
those spiders, I mean those Peter Tingles, bro. Those
Peter Tingle.
That
When he
moment was
stops
so
the gun.
good.
Like him actually grabbing the gun before he shoots. It
I
was like
know,
such a satisfying like finale for the fight.
I was like, damn.
Like that. This just puts a smile on your face.
It does, dude. It literally does. Like I will admit, like I could still see where you're coming from for it, because there is parts of it that just don't really care for sure. Like getting to point A to point B that you don't have to do. But it's just like everything that's so good about it. I'm like, I give it a
The
pass.
good is good. And I'm not going to take that away at all. The good in it is really freaking good.
And I think the reason why I'm so more critical on Black Panther than I am on Spider-Man is because there's a lot of good moments that I'm just like, all right, at least it led somewhere that was really, really big. With the whole Black Panther where you confront Killmonger and stuff like that, it kind of left you like, oh my God. And then it's just like when he started explaining stuff and like the whole fight, I was just not as hard hitting as like
I will
the
say
other.
this was the Killmonger versus Black Panther fight is a CGI abomination.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, it just did not hit for me.
Add that in there too. For me, the two Mysterio fights, especially the first one when he loses, he gets hit by the train.
Yeah, that was
like,
good.
It's still to me really freaking good. But still, even with all that, I'm turning my mind off of the fact that he happened to like give Mysterio like the glasses, pass over authorization to him. Nick Fury happened to like call him up to like have him be the one person to handle all these things going on in the world. He happened to like really befriend a person who only hates Tony because he stole his tech 5 years ago in a previous movie. Like it's so much me turn off my brain. I'm like, I can't.
Oh, well, man, I do think that it is them just trying to connect the dots a lot harder than usual.
Than they need to. A lot harder than they need to. And it's like, I can also look deep into it and say that there's a lot of scenes in it. Like, I'll bring up the bar scene when Peter gives him the glasses.
Right.
I think if you look deep into it, that's one of the best scenes in the movie. Like, the way he manipulates Peter to give him the glasses. It's like...
Oh, they had like a whole stage for it. That's what was the cool thing about it.
Like, that's perfect. Well, even with all that, the fact is like, dude, playing with his emotions so hardcore, pretend like he doesn't want to. At one point, Peter like drops it, he picks it up and hands it back to him. Like it's just certain things like that kind of like really, when you see it come together, hit you like, oh my God.
Yeah,
if I didn't realize, if I wasn't a comic fan, didn't realize Mysterio, whose whole gimmick is pretending to be a hero.
Yeah, exactly right. This would hit so much differently. Yeah.
Like, honest to God, I would have. Here's some other thing. I would have loved to have Mysterio pop up in Far From Home and have him be there, like, essentially the whole time in a way. To then have him do all this inside this movie.
Oh, God.
Even you're thinking about, like, oh, that would have hit. That's kind of my thing with it.
All right, let's continue moving on.
Well, that's it for Phase 3. And like I said, that's basically that we're covering the films, and that's everything in our favorite phase.
Like, there's like only one movie that just definitely did not hit, which is definitely Captain Marvel, because God, that was bad.
Overall, would you rate it? Not Captain Marvel, but the phase as a whole.
As a phase as a whole, I think it's definitely a 9.
It's a Captain Marvel knock away that 10 point.
Oh, 100%. You heard what I gave it, right?
Yeah, no, I did.
What?
I mean, like, to me,
I'm pretty sure you'd be on the same boat as me if you watched that movie.
I'm sure of it when you making it sound. I just like, to me, it's like the idea of knowing something so bad, it left a bad taste when I viewed the entire thing as a whole. That's messed up.
Keep in mind, it's a prequel, too. That's why I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, Nick Fury, you had this, like, super overpowered chick and stuff, and you, like, decided to call her at, like, the very last minute and shit? Like, what the hell?
Nick. Come on, Nick.
Right, though? I'm just like, bro.
And I will add in that the other phases, to me, aren't that great. Phase 2, just to kind of quickly say just the movies that's in it, there's only 6. There's Iron Man 3, which you'll have to speak for it. I haven't seen that one. I know people like it, though.
That's I actually did not see that one.
Oh. I know people say Iron Man 2 is better, but 3 is this. I never heard necessarily terrible things about 3.
I think 3 is the one where they meme on the most because it's just like, what the hell?
That sounds right. There's also Thor: The Dark World.
No, we didn't talk about that one.
But then there's Captain America: Winter Soldier.
That's lit. That's lit.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Also lit. Also lit.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
That's lit.
Okay. I know that movie falls this movie's just a coin flip with people. You never know what you're going to get.
I actually kind of like it. And
then the first Ant-Man to wrap it up.
The first Ant-Man was actually pretty underrated. Actually, it was pretty good. Again, it's
a good movie too. Yeah.
I will admit, it still has the kind of the problems like, all right, who's the main villain and stuff like that, but it's still pretty good though.
Overall, what you thinking for the phase for phase 2?
For phase 2, that'd probably be like, I don't know, like a 8. Like a
8. Okay.
I think that Thor movie is like the same thing I think about. Like, man, you just
funny.
heard it so bad.
It's kind of funny. For me, legitimately, I was kind of sitting at 7, but I think that relies a lot on me seeing Iron Man 3 and finally having an opinion on that film.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I will say Iron Man 3, I think I did not like it. I could not remember off the top of my head.
I never heard no one say they love it. That's something I know for a fact.
Because I'm pretty sure it was mainly a me, but I cannot remember for the life of me.
And then phase 1 was also only has 6 films. I didn't know that. But phase 1 is Iron Man, which
also fire. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get out of 10. The Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Why you say it that way? What's up?
No, because I didn't know he had a movie.
Really?
Like, I watched the Incredible Hulk series, don't get me wrong, but I didn't know it was
series. But no, there's a movie. There's I'll go a step further. There's the old 2000 movies, and there's the one that came out in 2008, right at the same time as Iron Man.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I have to look that up, because I know I've seen most of all the Hulk movies, but I could be wrong.
There's only 2.
Yeah, the Incredible, right? Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. That's the quote-unquote newest one.
Right.
I'm kind of surprised you're blown away by that.
Yeah, because I didn't know if they tied that into it.
Yeah, no. They've been doing it now more than ever, because the characters from it been in everything lately.
Really? I know I'm very sure I've seen it.
Once we get to phase 4, I definitely can talk a lot more about Incredible Hulk. But yeah, no, they tied it in big time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a bad film. I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh, no, not.
But it's also not amazing. I know.
You're still I won't say it's bad. I'm just kind of sitting here okay.
Nah, I feel you on that.
Besides that one, Iron Man 2, which people love Iron Man 2.
Yeah, also another banger.
The first Thor.
I don't think I watched that.
I remember Loki turning blue and floating off into space.
I may have watched it, but I may have tried to throw that out my memory.
That's fair. Captain America: The First Avenger.
The first one is not bad, actually. That's pretty good, actually.
I think this is the other two are so fucking good.
Yeah, they
kind of just get swallowed up a bit.
100%, but yeah, I'll say the first one's not bad though by any means.
And then the first Avengers movie.
Also not bad. Also really good.
Pretty solid. So for the first Avengers movie and for Age of Ultron, I'm super biased on both because I was in college. I went to that with all my friends at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sucked them in. I guess I'm kind of biased on Infinity War Endgame. I brought you with me. But no, those two is I guess they kind of had a little special place in my mind for me. Same with Age of Ultron. I'm always going to like that movie more than I should. Just because of that.
I will admit, it is kind of somewhat some meme stuff. I love the fact of...
There are no strings on me.
No, not just that. But, the fucking... Oh, what was it? When he looks at the internet for half a second, he's like, well, I just have to kill everyone, right?
That's so good.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't agree with this robot, but I'm low-key, I'm I get it. I get it.
Fun. I believe
he probably seen something, right? He just seen something in the interweb when they were just like Rule 34, My Little Pony, and he was just like, "Yeah, this world has to die."
And I was like, God, relatable.
And I was like, you know what? I understand. He like went to anime and stuff like that, and he was like watching an anime real quick, and he just seen a lolly, and he was just like, "Yeah, this universe needs to die."
You know, this is like a trend with movies where like the main bad guy got to connect to the internet, and the first thing he does is try to kill everybody. Because they didn't want the X-Men movie with Apocalypse. What are you doing? Learning.
He learned too much. He was like, these people need to die.
But overall, what you rated for Phase 1?
I think just because it starts it off the hardest, I think that's like a 9. I'll give that a 9.
Ooh.
Because I feel like that was like
kicked it off.
Yeah, I think that's like the main thing. That and Iron Man. Because like,
I was going to say the same thing. Like, it's because Iron Man, to me specifically, kicked it off.
Yeah, 100%. Like that was like the first time I was like, oh shoot.
And Iron Man was like the first movie. It came out around the same time as Dark Knight.
Yeah, dude.
So like, I think that's the reason we have so many superhero movies now. Because like those two movies were such wombo combos.
They're just so good.
That it really kicked things off.
I don't know if there's anything that's ever going to top Dark Knight as like my favorite like hero film, because it's just not happening.
We're gonna do like our top 10 movies of the year, like towards the end of it. But like the new Batman film was up
Make sure you make a list.
Even make that, sure you make a list. I got you. Even that to me still didn't touch the Dark Knight.
No, not even close. To be honest, like I will admit, it is really good. And honestly, thinking about all the movies that we watch right now, I'm like thinking that list is not gonna be that crazy, to be honest. Because honestly, if I'm being real with you, I can't think of another movie right now that I'm like, man, this was like the best thing I've ever seen.
Best thing ever? No.
Because I can tell you, was it last year? I think was the Joker, right? I was like, all right, yeah, that's easily the best thing I've seen.
2021 till it was 2020.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. Either way, it was still like, all right, that was a film. I was like, this is amazing.
That's solid. That's the best 10 in the world, dude.
You know what I mean? But like, I can't think of any other movie I have seen
that makes you feel like that.
Yeah.
No, me either. Oh my god! I just thought about it. Is Joker the last film we've seen that even made us do that? Period.
I think so. If you could name me another movie right now, like I'll give it to you. But like the only one that comes close was Batman.
Yeah. And even that didn't give it a 10. I gave it like a 9. But
yeah, I gave it a 9.
But at the same time, I was like, oh my god, that's a fun movie. I loved it.
Oh, you know what? There is one.
I'm listening.
And this is the one
that's good, man, but I don't think it's.
And everyone in the audience will probably be like, I don't know what you should say. And I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. You'll be like, he's crazy. He's gone off the deep end. Suicide Squad.
So, look. Actually, 2 things. One, that's not this year.
I know it wasn't this year, but that's the other movie I could think of. That's the only other movie I could think of that made me go like, oh, shit.
Now I'm going to say this, too. No, I'm positive it didn't come out last year for Joker. Because Joker came out in October. As soon as they come out with the summer.
Oh, gotcha. When did Suicide Squad 2? Because that's the only other movie I could think of that made us like actually feel something. I was like, all right, Suicide Squad 2 is like.
They said that was last year in the summer.
Oh, then yeah, 100%. I still think Joker probably wins for sure. But I would say definitely like right underneath it.
But isn't it crazy that like the only movie we had are like crazy up there like that are DC films?
Well, DC films are trying to capitalize that. Like Marvel's is kind of like tanking a little bit.
You say trying to capitalize, but they have 2. Now, how many like 3s, 4s, and 5 out of 10s can you name from the DC side?
Oh, 100%. There's too many. Like I will admit though, we will see what happens with Marvel. Kind of like I think they're just getting a speed bump. Honestly, so we'll see if they can make something happen.
Let's talk about it, because now we got Phase 4.
Yeah,
said our thoughts on those ones. And I'll tell you the stuff on the list.
Yeah, go ahead.
But so they opened up, tripping out the door with Black Widow.
I didn't even watch it.
So get me wrong here. It's not good.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I didn't see it.
It's like you take a character who we already know the fate of. I know we just talked about this in another episode, but the idea like you already know the fate of this character. You're gonna try to tell like this story, this adventure they went on midway through.
Yeah, like here's my thought process. I don't even really like care about like what she's doing at all, like at all. Like you didn't hype her up at all. She didn't make any importance like that hard. Besides
the idea of this, bro, is supposed to be like her Thor or her Captain America movie.
And I'm like, all right, cool, but I'm not gonna watch it.
But bro, it's the start of a new phase. This is supposed to be what sucks you in.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have gone to the past in order to start a new phase.
Takes place, like, from what I can tell watching it, this is like shortly after the Civil War.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's stupid.
That's sad, though. It's like, a lot of people were saying, just like, oh, dude, it feels like if MCU made a James Bond film. And it's like...
Okay, all right, dial down back a little bit.
I'm just saying what people said.
James Bond. Those are some of the most legendary movies you'll have ever seen. Like, get out of here.
I mean, I guess like it's a spy thriller. I guess. I think the thing that kind of broke me the most is
Taskmaster. How they do Taskmaster?
Oh, horrible! Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's the only reason why I didn't even see the film is because I was like, I actually like Taskmaster.
I think they ruined Taskmaster.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't see it.
They did some spoiler alert for all Phase 4, by the way, y'all. But they did some fun stuff with her.
What?
What?
Taskmaster's
they did some fun stuff with her. They changed her origin story a little bit.
What do you mean by a little bit? Motherfucker, you already just changed their gender. What is this shit?
So essentially what ended up happening was Black Widow was on this mission to assassinate somebody.
Uh-huh.
She decided to hurt this guy she was going to murder. His daughter walked into the room. Mm-hmm. And instead of not going through with it, she decided just to blow up the bomb she had in there anyway. The dude was perfectly okay. Didn't affect him at all. But completely burnt over this girl's like body and left her mute. And her dad, who's running this whole secret organization that like trained people to be super soldiers, or train them to be like super soldiers without the serum, should add. He basically put her in there, and because she had like a good job of like photographically learning things that she watched, he just showed her like nothing but like Avengers fighting all the time, so she can gain all the techniques from him.
Are you fucking with me?
No.
So this dude whose daughter just had photographic memory, and she just learned how to beat all the Avengers by watching a couple clips of it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
What? Isn't Taskmaster whole thing? And like, don't quote me on this in the comics, but like he sees it in practice and then he does it and then shows them that he can do it better.
I won't say better, but yeah, basically that's it.
Bro, why didn't you just like show her like, I don't know, like maybe not even the Avengers. I would just show her like somebody who's overpowered like a fucking god.
But don't worry,
or
bro. Like, they seen Black Widow fighting and learned how to do the hair flip.
I would have showed her Hercules or something like that, so that way she could be a superhuman.
Nah, that's a silly, bro. Gotta keep it grounded. It gotta be Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and forgot the other one they showed like hardcore. Did she learn?
I got none on that one, dude. I got none.
Are you gonna be okay?
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. They just put some fucking kung fu TV shows. They showed her Bruce Lee or some shit.
They did show her a bunch of kung fu shows, actually.
Oh my fucking god! Get the fuck out of here!
Like, it's funny you say that. Oh
Get that shit out of here! No.
But even to add some extra things into it, the movie opens up with like Black Widow is like a little kid, and you find out that the family that was raising her, they were actually just like trained Russian spies who were just doing it for the money. and later on, and basically what ends up happening is you find out Black Widow has a sister, or was a sister in that like fake childhood thing.
Yeah.
And by pure coincidence, a girl managed to break her mind control one day. Mm-hmm. It had the formula needed to break everybody out their mind controls. So she took it and went in hiding for years. and then contacted her sister when she went underground during the whole Civil War section. And even despite that fact, when they first see each other, they try to kill each other, which is great. But I mean, honestly, I'm gonna add, speaking of killing each other, they knew they couldn't. They knew Black Widow couldn't die in this film, and they roll with it. Because the amount of times I see her get blown up, dude. The first time Taskmaster fighter, she takes an RPG to the face.
Dude, she's a super soldier, bro. Come on.
So I was curious about that. I looked to see. Nope, not at all. She's just really well trained, bro.
No, she's a well trained super soldier. Exactly, bro.
No super to it whatsoever.
Bro, she watched Bruce Lee, bro. Come on.
Oh, no, she didn't even watch Bruce. Oh, Taskmaster did. No, not Black Widow.
No. Black Widow watched that with Taskmaster. Come on now.
Nah, bro. Hell, she beat Taskmaster in a fist fight at the
end. Well, obviously. Come on now, bro. She watched the tapes, too. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's
okay. But, like, she goes back to the family. She goes, but so later on, her sister's just like, no, we were a family, so you gotta care for each other, things like that. Eventually, they break their old dad out of prison, who's just like, you're a fucking moron. I didn't care for you, I just wanted the money. But then he's like, oh, you know, we should go back to, like, my fake wife. Actually, I loved her. And they go to her, I know. And then you find out they all get together, they have, like, this big family thing. And they're all trying to, like, reconnect, the girl, the sister especially. Black Widow ain't having it. She's like, ain't none of this real. All this was just a fake time in my life. None of y'all ever really cared for me. I'm going to my room. She goes to her. I'm not joking. She goes to her. But then what kind of got me, this is what brought me to most of the film. You find out the mom's still working with, like, all the Russian people. She calls the people and they'll bring them in. And then it just so happened that, like, 5 minutes before they showed up, 5 minutes, just keep that in mind, 5 minutes before they showed up, Black Widow had a conversation with her, made her have a change of heart, helped her get through her program enough to tell her what was going on with the whole form and everything, come up with a plan to kill the head dude, got her identical outfit in a face mask shade to change places with him, gave them information to go break out these cuffs and chains, explained to them the route of the whole entire facility, and how to get into this underground bunker.
What?
How they were going to get, how she should respond to certain code things in it. To go even further, how to get close to this guy. The special perfume he had on, they made it for females he trained can't hurt him. I know. How to get past that.
Can I get that perfume? Can I get that at, like, I don't know, like maybe Kohl's or something?
It's high quality, bro. It costs a lot of money.
That's all right.
And no way, but bro, we gotta be careful. Because girls can get out of breaking their nose.
Oh, God, dude. You gotta be kind of committed, though, right?
She slammed her face on her desk.
That's pretty committed. I'll give it to her.
And on top of that, how to access the secret code in the bunker that shows the location of all the other widows around the world.
What the
all that happened in 5 minutes.
What the hell?
And even like the other part too, with Taskmaster being like the main attack dog, they're like the big bad under the big bad for the movie, the threat. Mm-hmm. And even with that, the idea of the mom coming in, because she's going toe-to-toe with the dad, who is a super soldier, by the way.
Oh, is he actually?
He's actually a super soldier. She's beating the fuck out of him. Mom comes in, put her inside the walls of Jericho and throw her into a freaking cage and close the door.
What the fuck?
But then the whole place is blowing up. Black Widow come past. I forgot why she's even running that way. Sees her trapped in the cage, like, hey, as I found out about you, I know the one who did all this to you, and I want you to know, I'm sorry, no harm feeling. I'm going to free you, but you have to not attack me, okay? Doesn't say anything, just looking out. Okay, freeze him, immediately starts attacking her. I'm just like, okay. So they had this fight while the place is going, like, blowing up. And managed to get away from her. You get the very last ending section where they're all jumping off of this giant airbase together. And that's all that's going on. They managed to kill the big bad dude for the whole entire thing. Taskmaster jumps off the building too, no parachute. Traps bare knuckle boxing Black Widow in the air. keep in mind, the Black Widow just can't die in this movie. Nothing can hurt her. So she's just free falls to the ground. She's okay. but the impact of like them hitting the ground was able enough to like break Taskmaster's like programming and free her.
Oh my god!
After they used the little chemicals and things, that movie's just a mess.
I like how like all the phases were like, oh yeah, we can go like past the next one, we can rate this, and then you just start getting to the next phase.
Oh, you see, I had to jump into that one, right?
Yeah, I know.
I was like, let me take you on this roller coaster with me.
I'm glad I didn't see the film. I'm gonna be real with you.
And that was the opening of Phase 4, and honest to God, I think it set the stage quite well.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna get garbage. So I'm like, here you go.
But to knock out the rest, though, Shang-Chi's the next one. Honest to God, really liked it.
Shang-Chi, like that's the one I
Solid
heard
ass eight.
about how like that was really good.
When it came to Shang-Chi, the thing like I kept hearing over and over, it was all people going, "Oh man, that bus scene! Oh man, when you get to that bus scene, the movie's great. That bus scene." So in my mind, I was thinking like, "Okay, this is gonna be like the only real thing in the movie that like anybody cares about." And it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I see when people bring it up because I think to me, the movie doesn't really start till the bus scene happens. Then you're like, oh, okay, I see what this movie's about. Yeah, then you're like, all right, I see what this movie's about. Oh, man, it is good. But honest to God, I'm gonna be real with you when it comes to like Shang-Chi. I legitimately look at it and go, oh, cool, so this is just Spider-Man. like how you feel about Spider-Man? I'm like, yeah, okay. If I was a Shang-Chi fan, I just see this movie as like Spider-Man with martial arts instead of Spidey powers. It's legit how I feel about the film.
And this is like the one thing I kept on hearing people talking about, like Shang-Chi is so fire. It's like so amazing. I was like, I just never watched it because I don't know, man. I just did not really care as much.
It is. I will say this much. Until we get to another thing later in the list, it is the best movie in all of Phase 4.
But here's what I thought about this. That's not a tall order to fill.
No.
You literally just talked about Black Widow. I was like, ugh.
No, it's not at all. It was like, the thing that kind of hurts me is like, even with Phase 3, and we're talking about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll put it above Homecoming, and I'll put it slightly below Ant-Man and Wasp. And
oh,
it's
wow.
Like, that's nothing really incredible.
No, it's not. But it still makes me kind of go, oh, well, at least it's still pretty good, though.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a real solid film. It's just the same time, it's like, I think the reason it got so much crazy praise is because compared to everything else, this just feels like a legit, like a light.
Like, it's like actual light in the tunnel. This tunnel was like pretty dark for like a good majority of it.
But it's like, oh shoot, there's actually something in here. There's a road.
Like, there's actually something here, thank God.
Oh man, but going into the next one, I will say this much before I move on for that. The only issue I personally have with the film, only two. I feel like the friend, I'm the minority, Alex loved her. I feel like she gets kind of annoying to me. Cause like, I don't know, I always hate like the whiny, I'm in danger, like save me, I'm always in trouble person.
Oh, that kills me.
She reminds me legitimately of Turk from Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. And it's weird because, like, I'll be honest with you. Anytime they're just hanging out, anytime they're legit just like hanging out and just chatting, kicking it with each other,
yeah,
I felt like I was watching Ned and Spider-Man. Like, they got that kind of relationship. Like, honestly, they're really fun to see like on screen when they're just kicking it. As soon as something bad happens, I feel like I gotta watch them rescue the escort character. It's like, oh my god, get out of here.
Ashley, Evil 4.
Oh, I will say this much, like going right onto this movie and like Black Widow. It was also, I feel like if I was watching these movies in order, I think this would have been where I would have been like, oh cool, they're setting up the evil Avengers. I get it now.
Yeah, that makes sense because I think that wasn't that the whole point for Scarlett Johansson's movie, Black Widow.
I feel like it was, because at the very end of it, you find out like her sister's joining, like, well, you find out later that this group of she's even joining are like essentially a group of Avengers that are all like an evil counterpart of them.
Ah, I see.
But I know Shang-Chi, you see like essentially the same thing kind of happened with that one. Although I will say at least with that one, like, okay, cool, you're like the only real threat we've seen in the MCU for Phase 4 so far.
Oh,
where I'm like, okay, man, you can fuck some people up. But next up's Internals. I didn't even bother.
I didn't even bother. I heard everyone say that movie was ass.
I hate the Inhumans on a good day. I hate the Inhumans on a good day. I'm sorry, guys. That's all, y'all. People say it's bad. I'm assuming it's bad. It's the worst rated MCU movie. But next up, it is on the list. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Best one.
Easy 10. Easily the best thing in Phase 4. And honestly, got one of the best movies in all the phases.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. 100%. Like, I literally sat there for a good minute, and I was like, dude, I like this more than Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok. And I thought about it for a good while. Honest to God, I'm still thinking about it, to be honest.
So how you feel about the whole thing a lot of people say where it's like, all No Way Home is a ripoff of Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
No?
No.
A lot of people say that. That's why I'm like curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Those for some of those people who are like, oh, I've seen this in the animated. If you would have just watched the animated series, it's so much better. It's like, oh, I already knew about this. Like those. No, get out of here, dude. Totally two different stories, literally.
What is Peter Parker dying?
That's what I'm saying. They're totally two different stories.
I can't even see it as, well, this is a bunch of Spider-Mans coming together to do something. Because even that's like the very end. I can't even say that about this movie.
No, not even. There are a bunch of different Spider-Mans, too, that are all coming together in that one. That's why I'm like, no, they're totally different.
I'm on your side with that. It's just always seemed like a weird thing, but that's a common criticism.
Everyone who says that, though, are just trying to be those, like, people who are, like, hipsters. It's like, oh, man, I seen Into the Spider-Verse, and this was, like, the same plot, bro. It's literally the same thing.
Nothing changed.
Like, no, dude. They're literally two different movies. One of them is a telling of Miles Morales, or the passing of the mantle of a Spider-Man in his universe.
Now, I will add this in, too. It's like a little fun bonus fact for you. As far as I know, there's another one happened. I don't know about it, but this is the only Marvel movie to be nominated for an Oscar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
Now, to also be fair, it was a brand new type of thing they added called Viewer's Choice, where the community gets to choose instead of the critics and things.
Oh, so the correct choice?
Essentially. And even for that, it didn't win it.
Oh, really?
Just nominated. But the thing about it is, it's the only one that even had on the list of names they say out that could win.
Oh, really?
No other film's ever gotten that.
Oh, wow.
If you want my honest opinion, I feel like because of like this big like stigma that they have against superhero movies.
Yeah, 100%.
Because not to say none ever won, because Dark Knight won. But also the fact that another one hasn't been nominated since Dark Knight till that.
I know. That's insane.
I know. Because there's also some good ones I think really should have been.
Like, at least nominated, right?
At least nominated. Even if
like Thor Ragnarok, like, not even nominated? Come on, now.
I was going to say Guardians. I mean, to be fair, I was going to say Infinity War. I was going to go for the big one.
That too?
Yeah, that's that. Easy 10. Multiverse of Madness. Mom. Oof. But bro, it feels just like a Sam Raimi movie.
It does. And it's like, I don't want to see that in my superhero film, but it does.
Isn't it something you always wanted? You always wanted to see the X-Men inside MCU, right? They're here.
Not like that.
They're right there.
Like I'm not.
You hate the Inhumans. They killed Black Bolt.
That was funny. That was probably the best part of that whole movie. Was literally that when you got Reed Richards, the smartest person in the world. Wanda, stop. He could stop you with a whisper. Okay, so stop right now. Do not do anything that will stop him from speaking. Okay, Black Bolt. What mouth? Black Bolt. And then he just died. I was like, Reed Richards, the smartest fucking person in this whole fucking universe. And the whole multiverse, probably the smartest character in all Marvel.
I have nothing down from points for that Lex Luthor debate we had a while back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That's a good point on my part, huh? Because Lex ain't never done some shit like that.
But also can bring up Batman v Superman and have some fun stuff on you next too. So let's call it even. Let's
be honest. That's not even Lex. That's Joker. Let's be honest.
According to them, what's the difference?
I know, right?
Oh,
so basically that happened, right? That was the stupidest shit I have ever seen in my life. Like, I'm just like, what was your thought process, my guy?
Now they said, I haven't watched too much of like behind the scenes on these, but apparently they put them in like cameos from way more characters there too.
I'm glad they did it.
Because they had got hurt killing Ghost Rider, a few more people also.
Oh my goodness. I would have been so fucking pissed they killed my boy Ghost Rider.
I know this other person been there, but I know that was like the big name that popped up. I was like, really?
Yeah,
Ghost Rider was that been in this? That's
Ghost Rider, all he has to do is look inside Wanda's eyes and shit and just fucking destroy her.
Fucking pin is there. Nah, that's just destroys the evil in the soul.
I guess to be fair though, Wanda is like one of the most broken comic book characters. But the problem that feels about it is she feels like she's the only one though.
Yeah.
Which is like you either pick one or the other. You cannot have, that happen. You know what I mean?
Well, so here's the thing. It's like comic wise, like yes, she is, but also say like as far as the movies go,
like
I think she is the strongest.
No, she still is.
Have.
No, she is, but like she is like kind of almost in that comic book level, like where she's just overpowered.
Oh, but she's like the only one we had. I was like, they're that comic because even
that's
Strange
isn't
like that.
Do that. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't do that. Where like you either make them all like the comic book like strength wise, or you put none of them like that. You can make her the strongest character. Don't get me wrong, but you're making her like the comic book level, like where she could just stop everyone.
Oh, easily, she did.
She did. She definitely did.
I just love the fact that they kept harping out, just like, no, you're the real threat, Doctor Strange. You're the real boss. There. And then he goes against it and he wins. Like, no effort. He beats it to get what he needs to fight Wanda.
I know. All this Shantae book, too. That was annoying as fuck. We did all this to go get this fucking book. And we didn't even fucking use it.
We destroyed the book.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, I want to stay as a 7. Please, stop.
And then we you know what, bro? We didn't need that book. We just need American Sanchez, right? We needed her to believe in herself.
Punch her in the face and show family. That's how we beat Wanda, bro. Not with our weapons, but with family.
Exactly. We're not gonna. What's that stupid line from Star Wars?
I was just saying nothing stronger than family. Which one are you talking about?
No. We're not gonna save the people we love by killing.
Oh yeah, we want to kill the people we hate. It's about saving the ones we love.
I was like, damn, girl, that's what I'm doing. What do you think I'm sacrificing myself for? Man, if I was Finn, I would have just like, man, I just low key would have shot you with the blaster.
Would have killed you.
You lucky it came down.
Jesus Christ. But I mean, honestly, though.
Honest to God, though.
Like, you literally doomed us all.
Literally.
Oh my God. So, that's the first map.
Let's continue on. Continue on stuff that made me upset.
Not even a score for you on that one, huh?
No, not yet. Because here's the other thing that got me all the way messed up. Right, was the fought against obviously Reed Richards, the smartest person, right?
Oh yeah.
So on top of that, we also took care of Captain Marvel,
with rocks,
who gets killed by rocks. I'm like, I don't even like Captain Marvel. Well, I probably like this version more than I like the other one, but that's not the point. The point is that she's still overpowered as can be, and she gets killed by rocks. What are those rocks made out of fucking, like, I don't know, vibranium or some shit?
Hey, look, man, rocks also killed Wanda, so like...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
Hold on. Rocks are the true MVPs here.
I think the rocks were actually the main villain the entire time, I think, honestly.
Rocks mess people up, bro.
The Rock was probably the reason why Wanda did all this.
The Rock should have killed Black Widow in her movie. Because RPG.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Oh my God. This movie was just stupid. I loved it.
Like, I still give it a 7, but I'm like, God, dude,
it's a 7, you don't make it. It's easy to go lower.
You don't make it easy, dude. Because I could definitely go lower. You are right. It's easy to.
Like, stop, bro. It's already dead.
There's just so many parts in that.
And then just to make it so bad, like, you think you move on, like, all right, well, we got the next Thor movie, so that'll be better. Then you got Love and Thunder.
No, it's gonna get better. You got Thor over there making jokes of like when kids get kidnapped and shit. I'm like,
Thor, what the fuck?
you remember that scene, right? You remember that shit. I was like, Thor, what are you doing?
You got the God Butcher who kills no gods.
Oh no, he killed one, bro.
He killed the very first one, and he killed the other one off screen.
Yeah.
That's it, though.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I got nothing.
Hell, we got this thing in the center of the universe, stronger than the Infinity Stones.
Yep.
Got a bunch of kids that can beat the main bad.
Yep, they get powered up because
you got Thor who can power up people, because there's never another time where that saves some lives. Thor powering up everybody around him, only now.
Only now, yep. Well, to be fair, I will admit they did have the lightning bolt, but that still doesn't make sense. But that's not the point.
He didn't use the lightning bolt.
Oh, he did it?
No, remember he gave that to Jane. He just brought his regular Stormbreaker.
Oh my god.
You got Jane who's purging the cancer out her purging the chemo out her system and making jokes about her cancer.
I know, right? I'm like, oh, this is so messed up. It's like either be a humor and like make me laugh, or just like pick one or the other.
One or the other. Don't mix the two. Not Please for this one.
Definitely not for this one, especially with the whole cancer thing. I'm like, this is kind of fucked, to be honest.
There's like, and this is like kind of a off-screen type thing, but also I don't feel too good about Thor, Chris Hemsworth, having his daughter play the most powerful person in the universe.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that like they're together at the end, but it does feel weird to be like, I don't want my daughter to be like no actor and things like that. That said, I had to become the most strongest person in the MCU, who's always at my side. I'm like,
it's like what?
You set her up to be in a few movies, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. You really did. Like even with that whole ending, that made me go, all right. Oh, like he realized the error of his ways through family.
Hey, I guess it is more important to wish my daughter to be alive again and to kill all the gods. Like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, obviously. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that wasn't your first thought process, to be honest with you.
But you don't understand, the sword was corrupted, though. The sword that this other dude, who after he killed the former god butcher, was like, oh, that weapon right there? That's a weapon to destroy all the gods. The most powerful thing in all existence. That said, yeah, no, it's funny that all your people died. I'm gonna keep making fun of you.
Yeah. Also, that sword's right there, so I could literally just like teleport or do something else. It's like, no,
I'm gonna leave that sword right there. I'll just stay right there while I laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh God, you killed me!
The other guys being assholes. Where it's like, yeah, you know, all the other guys are being murdered by this guy, but it's not us.
Oh yeah, or Zeus just being a pussy and stuff like that. It's like, you think I want to go out there to go fight this man? I'm like, Zeus, you're literally like hailed as like the strongest god, and you're just not like gonna do anything about this.
He's just like, I'll kick it.
He's like, nah, we're safe here, so like, you know, why not?
Oh my god. That said, like the other two movies, they set up somebody who I think is going to be on the Dark Avengers at the end, which is Hercules.
Hercules, yep.
Yeah.
I seen Hercules. I was like, that was actually kind of hype. I was like, all right, we're going to get Hercules. It was funny, too, because I didn't know that was going to happen. I said, oh, man, I wish we would have seen Hercules, though. That would have been kind of cool.
Then you got that?
Yeah, and then I got that. I was like, oh, all right, I guess I got my wish.
God's plan. Actually, we didn't talk about it. The end credit scene in Multiverse of Madness.
That just sets up the next Strange film, basically.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because I know who she is. Like, I know why she's important.
Yeah, she's important to Strange. Mm-hmm. Like, this is like love interest or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Which, honest to God, considering how often that movie keeps bringing up the other girl that he, like, the one who got away, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can kind of almost put two and two together on that.
Right.
But the idea, like, his eye open and they both go into that area together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, his third eye open now. He's becoming the. That was the other thing. Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh God, the Strange that's evil who had the dark hold. I'm gonna beat him by playing this musical note. It was a pretty sick note, though, right?
Like I said, bro, this Strange is the real rap. The one that all us Illuminati, like Reed Richards, Black Bull, Professor X, the one that we're all worried for is this other Strange. That said, though, this Strange is going to take him out to get something to fight Wanda.
Yep.
God. For Love and Thunder, it's a 7 for me. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, it's so hard to do it though. Sometimes I'm like, man, I still keep thinking about. I keep thinking about that fucking Strange thing, and I'm like, oh God, it still just hurts my soul.
Oh, well, that said, there's only one more movie left, and that's coming out in a few weeks, which is why we're putting this out now, our Phase 4 review. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever to end Phase 4.
Please don't be woke, man. Man. You're gonna ruin the film if you start getting woke. Please stop. Please stop, for the love of God, man.
So my whole thing is like, again, we're hitting more comic stuff, and like I hated Riri Williams in the comic. I'll just be honest with you guys. Like comics, I was one of those people who just could not stand her character. And the idea of knowing and putting her like the focus point, the fact that like our Black Panther is going to be done and he's being replaced with Shuri. I had a hard time saying her name. It's like that's called cool. I guess, man. I just please be nice, be gentle, don't hurt me. They're using Namor, who I know is like one of the first X-Men, so like that's gonna like there's some potential there to do good. Also, he got quiet in a way that, like, I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't know that, man. I'm
you okay?
I'm still in the back line, like, just please don't be woke, man.
They're giving us that. We got all the Doctor Doom rumors that's been happening.
So, wait. So, which first X-Men are we getting?
Namor. He's the big villain for the film, and he's like...
He's an X-Men?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Pretty... I won't say popular, but... pretty up there. He's like one of the ones like you know.
Gotcha.
It's like people who know. And honestly, I can compare him to Hawkman. It's literally like people who like the Justice League who know who Hawkman is.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like that same tier.
Okay, gotcha.
That said, though, we'll end up seeing.
All right, we'll see.
He's an anti-hero, comic-wise and things. So the idea of him not being the big villain really kind of to me like adds the idea of possibly the whole Doctor Doom rumors.
Oh, that makes sense. That if it's Doctor Doom, that'd be super interesting.
Because after this, listen to me. The thing at the end of the day, this ends Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like after this is immediately the next phase, and we didn't really talk too much about it. But it's like Phase 3, Far From Home, yeah, but. To be fair, to be honest, Endgame was the end of Phase 3. Yeah. And that's the ending. Phase 2, again, we had Age of Ultron for that one. Which is like is an ending. And the other was another Avengers film for Phase 1.
Yep.
So, like, to me, it's like, this
has to hit, right?
This is going to be up there with an Avenger film for ending a phase.
Please be good. Please don't be woke. Like, it always just comes back to, please don't be woke.
This always comes back to it.
Man, you know how Disney films are, man, and how woke they get, man. I'm just like, man.
Nah, bro. Things are better than that. She-Hulk said it herself. The woke media is dead.
No, I think that the She-Hulk is the whole reason why I'm scared.
But that said, too, let's jump into it, because this was the first phase that started introducing TV shows instead of just movies. So you ready to go through that list?
Not really. My body hurts right now.
All right. We're ready to do it, baby. Don't worry. There's some hits. There
are some hits.
WandaVision.
That was pretty good, actually. I will admit, it kind of lost me at the end.
Ralph Boner.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is how we could have got X-Men. I hate you.
I think that's the thing when it comes to WandaVision. WandaVision to me is so interesting and so better than it should be. It's a slow burn, but it's done to me the right way, where it always makes you go, what the fuck is happening? I want to know.
Yeah, literally the entire show. I'm just like, what is going on?
And it's so cool. Okay, it just keeps building. And then it completely drops the ball for the ending.
It literally dropped all of it.
Like, Agatha, I think it's a really good and fun villain. I enjoy her. I'm glad she's getting her own show.
That is also weird that she's getting her own show, but continue.
One problem at a time. But to me, it just comes down to, like, it's just odd to me that it just end up being the classic, was another person with the same powers as the hero. Yep, that'll be Agatha. With a giant beam portal in the sky. Yep, that's here too. Yeah. Hell, it's even going with the whole opposite type villain thing, Vision and White Vision. And then to make it so bad too, then you find out most of the stuff that happened in the show didn't really matter.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything kind of resets afterwards.
Yep.
And yeah, technically speaking, we get like a 5-second scene that sets up Multiverse of Madness, of Wanda being evil.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But that
really... the whole reason why Wanda is villain too was stupid.
Yes. She got the book, bro. And just wants to see her kids. Her kids that never existed.
Yep. But they existed somewhere, bro. They existed somewhere.
And that's the real victory, right?
And the thing that gets me, though, is she's talking about her kids that she would have with Vision. I was like, well, that wasn't the fucking case then, girl. Because it wasn't with that Vision that those two kids came from. I'm going to be real with you.
But nah, it was. She had the bump and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Hold up a second. Gotta get this ready for the very end. But after that, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I didn't watch that, so that's all on you.
Me and Alex went through it. It's a freaking ride.
And?
So I think I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
That's a little bit higher than that.
That's because Zemo is the Damon of that show.
Right.
Zemo.
It all come together.
So here's the thing. You expect him to be a villain like he was in Civil War. And it's all that he wasn't even like a very good villain in Civil War. Yeah. In this one, he's basically an anti-hero who's more or less like the devil on Winter Soldier's on shoulders. Really? Being like, yo, man, like, yeah, we could do it your way, Falcon. But also, we know how to get things done, right, Bucky? Like, Zemo, every scene Zemo in, honestly, I will almost say Zemo's episodes are all 10 out of 10 episodes.
Oh, okay.
That said, though, when it's just like Falcon and Bucky hanging out, they have basically no chemistry together whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Like, Falcon's B-plot of him trying to help his sister get a house just feels weird to me. Cause just the idea of, like, you're being an Avenger and you don't have any money.
You have any money? Yeah,
like, that just seems odd to me.
Yeah, when they talked about that, I tried watching the first episode, and they were talking about how, like, oh, we Avengers, we don't get paid. I was like, well, why are you saving the world, and why are they telling you to get your identities if they don't even pay you?
So it's like, this is the thing too, like, if the show feel like it struggles to figure out what it wants to be, like who's the villain wants to be. Cause we have that, then we have Walker, who's like, technically speaking, one of the big bads of the show. Okay. And he's just, essentially, Falcon's like, I don't want the shield, like I said, like, it just don't feel right on me, he puts it away. And they give it to this guy who's another U.S. soldier, and they give him the super soldier serum. And essentially, that man becomes Homelander. There's just no other way around it. He's just Homelander.
I can see myself happening too every time.
And it's like, on paper, you would think, oh, shit, okay, that makes it like really fucking fun, right? It's like, nah, that dude's just so freaking out there and insane.
Oh, really?
And the more stuff happens, the more it's just like, oh, no, I need to deal with him. And honestly, I'll give the show credit. I don't know if they did this on purpose or what. But the first scene that they had, where me and Alex both like Bucky and Falcon working together, was when their Captain America dude, when Walker, when he snapped, and he chopped off one of the people's head with a shield.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
And they both went to him and was like, you're giving us back that shield. And it turned into like them busy going on this beat down to just ruin this dude and take the shield away. Mm-hmm. And it ended with like Bucky breaking dude's leg and him breaking his arm.
Oh God!
And just leaving him on the ground, taking his shield and walking away. I don't know why that scene was so good to me. But like the first time you see them agree on something, it's agreeing on like this man shouldn't be the next Cap.
They're just like, nah, this man is a threat.
So that was good. The whole stuff with the super soldier serum was like the whole plot of the show is these terrorists all got the same super soldier serum as Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically like juiced up their main people with it. And they're like, essentially going on terrorism. And the reason they're even doing the whole terrorist stuff, because they're like, oh, when everybody got snapped away, like I said, all of us came in, we moved in, got their homes, and things like that. Yeah. And now all the rich people and all these other people who came back, they want to take everything that has been ours the last 5 years away from us. And we want to keep those things.
Okay.
And it's like, on the paper, I get where y'all coming from. I really do.
I get an idea.
That's it. Going around blowing up buildings and things like that.
Bit extreme.
Bit much. Extreme. Even when you like mention it's just like, oh, it's the politicians that are just doing it. It's like, well, y'all can't just go after the politicians.
Yeah, I know, right?
I gotta like kill innocent people. And it doesn't help the fact too, there's like Falcon's whole entire Bucky's side plot essentially is I killed a lot of people when I was a Winter Soldier. So I'm writing like, please forgive me messages to people. And one of the kind of broke people was this old Chinese man. When you see this thing, essentially when Bucky's like eating some noodles with him at the shop and just hanging out. And he's just like, so why you hang around me so much anyway? And he said, you've been coming back here a lot. You see this flashback of Bucky as Winter Soldier mode, tracking his son down and like executing him inside the museum. He's just like, we just have good conversations. I was like, so that got me. The Bucky at the therapist stuff got me. Honest to God, the Bucky stuff is fine. It becomes really good when it's him and Zemo.
Really?
Then the other villain, there's so many villains. Then the other villain in it too. You find out Captain America's daughter is like, oh my bad. You find out Sharon Carter is like evil.
Yeah, I heard something like that, like about like how Captain America's daughter is actually evil or some shit.
Because turns out apparently there's a person called the Shadow Broker throughout the entire show, who's obviously her. But the whole thing is like they're like working in secret. They're trying to track him down, figure out who it is. She's helping out with it. And there's like hints like it could be Zemo. Zemo's anytime y'all not cooking Zemo, he's doing weird, crazy stuff. He's having you guys kill people who worked on Winter Soldier stuff.
So they're like alluding that it's actually Zemo.
They're trying to allude to it, but then you find out, oh no, it's her. She's been the one in charge of all of it, and she's going around like killing other people too that she thinks can get her way.
That's crazy. That's kind of weird how that transpires. But is it like a good way of how like they kind of hint at it, or like why she's doing it?
Not really. Like the way they kind of hint at it is she just has like fishy eyes every time they're doing stuff, and always pushes them away from things that they know will help them. Mm-hmm. And even at the very end of it, like the reveal for it, when they get to the big bad, they've been dealing with this little girl who Falcon's been trying to like convince to turn good. Where essentially they have her going along because they can't keep up and they'll catch her because all this other stuff is happening, and Walker's still on the loose. And she pins her down. And she get ready to go try to execute her, like, just gunshot to the head while she's on the ground, handcuff style. And you're like, oh, shoot. And then the whole time she does her bad guy monologue. Like, oh, you think when I sold you all that stuff, like I said, like, I actually cared about your cause? Like, just stuff like that.
Yeah, like, just monologuing all about it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the bad guy, you're not going to survive, I'm going to tell you all my secrets.
Basically, that stereotype. But more or less what ends up happening, the reason they don't even find out she's the evil one, because the girl still dies at the end. And you get probably to be the most memey thing I've ever seen in my entire life, where like Falcon finally agreed to take the shield. He has his new like Falcon armor on with the Captain America shield. And he talks to all the politicians. He's just like, all these, thank you so much for like stopping these terrorists. And say, you're like, I hear all of us. He's like, no, Senator, these people weren't terrorists. They blew up buildings. What do you mean? Because they weren't understood. You guys don't understand. And it's like he gets this big speech about like how all they was doing. Like the reason it was doing because all you politicians are taking their homes and you're all just bad people, just racists. And it's like, well, what do you want us to do then, Falcon? What should we do to change all this and make the world better? I don't know, Senator. That's your job. Just be better. It just kind of fucking broke me.
Just be better.
Be
I like
better.
That. Do it.
Just like, I can't. He takes his shield and leaves. I'm just like, it's... But like, it's so weird. I get to pick so much stuff in it, like that. The fact that that Bucky knew about another Captain America.
I was gonna ask about that. Who was that? Who's the other Captain America?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, it's not even fucking important. That's actually
really,
kind of.
He's only around from one scene, and then a second scene at the very end where they got him a statue. But legitimately,
well, what's the whole plot point for that then? Why don't you even fucking mention it then at that point?
What was Bucky's reason behind that? I think because he wanted Falcon to trust him. I think that was the reason. I know it was something small and stupid, but it's just the fact that it's like, hey, for you to trust me, let me show you this secret that I didn't even tell Cap about. The Cap didn't even know. Versus this other super soldier who just so happens to like be black.
What?
I know.
What does that have to do with?
You think I'm just doing a meme, like that's not an important plot point. But no, that makes it very well and clear, bro. And it's like I felt like you seeing that I trust another black man trust me will help you trust me, Falcon.
That checks out, bro. You know?
I'll take you out, dude.
He had to be black, bro. It only makes sense. It's another Captain America, and he was black.
Then they was saying
what has to do with the story or anything? I have legitimately no idea.
Then what kind of got me too is like one of the things that happened. No, I was thinking there's 3 scenes to show me because that first one where all that's happening, and even he's just like, Bucky, I said I moved all over my life and from you and all this other stuff. Just get out of my life, dude. I don't know why you came back here. And they also had like some pseudo woke things. This is what white people always do. Watch out for that. That combined with the fact that when he was leaving, the cops came. That broke me too.
Bro, see,
cops came up to freaking Bucky. Is this man harassing you, sir? And I was just like, oh my God, is this happening?
Yes. Yeah, he is harassing me, bro. Where's my white privilege at? Come on now.
But Winston kind of broke me. He was just like, I said, my name is Falcon. I said, I'm an Avenger. He's like, oh, you're the Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Flapping their wings. Yeah, like, can I have an autograph? I was like, dude, this show. I was like, this show. Oh, boy. But then it's like, but what's fun is like, for scenes like that, we get to just have you like, what is going on? Then we get other ones, like the Zemo one. It's like, all right, I got you got secret identities when we go into this club. It's like, you were just simply the Winter Soldier. Like, he gets to keep his own name? Yeah, because it's intimidating. And who am I going to be? And he shows in the picture, the Black Tiger. He's just like, why I gotta be the Black Tiger? Because you look like him. And he looks at the pictures like, damn, he does look just like him.
Dang, I want a clip of that. I want a clip of that.
It's like, this is why I say, like, I can't say I don't recommend it, because, like, for the meme, it's funny. But I won't be lying to it, say it's more than just for the meme. That's kind of it. That's roughly it.
I just love the idea, because he kind of looks like me. He's like, oh, yeah, you're right. I just love the idea that he's just like, oh, shit, you're right.
Dude, he showed a picture. The picture looked 1-to-1, just like him in a fucking pink suit.
That's like my problem right now with like the whole Disney thing getting woke and stuff like that. It's just like the whole Falcon thing. He's like, I'm the Falcon. It's just like, whoa, buddy. Now, hold on a minute. You're a minority right now, so obviously you're in danger. All right?
Like, come on, dude. What's the matter?
Like, come on. Like, all right, dude.
like there's heavy handing, and then there's whatever that was. I'm just like, okay.
Like, maybe if we were making this in the 20s or whatever, fucking racism was bad, right? Yeah. I don't fucking know what was bad.
100 years ago, bro? You could have since the 60s.
I don't fucking know, dude. Hey, man, you think about it right now, you know, like in those time periods when you go even ancient and shit like that. They didn't care about the race back then. They're just like, I'm going to beat this tribe and make them my slaves. I don't care.
Are you trying to say they didn't care about the race in the 1920s?
Oh, no, they probably did.
I'm pretty sure they did, bro.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they did at that time period. Okay. Why can't we go back to the medieval time where race didn't matter?
All right, you have me worried about what we're just going to go back to for a second.
Bro, I legitimately...
Let me see where you go with this first.
Bro, I can't, though. I don't have white privilege, unfortunately. I look white, but I'm not white, so
That
you know.
counts in my eye.
That only gets me so far. Once they actually look at my date of birth, then it gets kind of fuzzy.
Dude, you're lucky, bro. Like they look at you like the whole Chappelle being blind and the KKK thing. It's like they don't know to hate you until you say something. They're like, oh, shit, I should be racist here.
Oh shit!
Should I edit that out?
Nah, I'd be alright. I'd be alright.
Okay.
Nah, you probably edit that.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh man. No, but like the point I'm trying to make though, it's just like, man, not everything has to be race or something like that related in a TV show. Like
That's
it doesn't
what I'm
have to
saying.
be
Like
that.
it really doesn't. And it's like there's nothing else. Admittedly, I haven't seen Winter Soldiers. Maybe some stuff happens like that in Winter Soldier I don't know about. Mm-hmm. But like to me, it really does feel like it comes out of nowhere. It feels so heavy on how it comes out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with this.
Right. It's like it just like doesn't fit like the frame of what they're trying to make. Mm-hmm. And like here's my thought process too, is like especially because like I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I remember that scene you were talking about where they're like he's like, whoa buddy, like come on now, like chillax, like treating him like because he's a minority and stuff like that. Don't realize the problem.
Yeah,
it comes out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere for no reason, dude.
This doesn't even make fucking sense right now. It does.
But that's for the soldier. We still got other ones on the list I gotta knock out real quick.
Yeah.
Cause we still got Loki after that. Which,
Loki's actually really fire.
Loki's a 10. Loki's a 10 to me.
I might give it a 9 because of the ending.
The ending gets you so bad. It's funny.
Dude, it's so like tell me that ending is good.
It's good.
You like the ending?
I like the ending.
I did not really care for it, to be honest with you.
Like I was gonna say I was messing with you, but like no, honest to God, I like the ending.
I just didn't
like what
the
she
fact-
does. Like upsets me. It's just the fact that it's like, oh my God, you're the.
It's like just a complete plot hole to me that just makes me go, "That's fucking
But
stupid."
it don't feel like a plot hole. It's like in my mind, the plan was for her to go there and kill him. And only thing I found out was, oh, not only does he want this, he's telling you there's things that's gonna be worse than me if you do it.
And I'm like, you have literally the power to see if he's lying or not. Just to get
That is a
confirmation.
plot hole.
You are
That
literally-
is a plot hole.
There's literally this confirmation that see what he is actually, if he's telling the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even like choose to do it. I'm just like, that's stupid. I'm sorry. Like no matter how you look at it, like if they would have like, if she would have tried it and it wouldn't work because like he's like, you know, like his mind is like outside of the realm or something like that, or like
I would have got
just
it.
something crazy.
That makes sense.
I'd be like, okay, that makes sense now. Now you covered this hole pretty good. Now there's not a plot hole.
Mm.
But the fact that you didn't even mention or even tried it just makes me go, man, that's stupid.
Remember for the kill, baby.
Or even if you would have just convey that like she was just so upset, like everything he did to her and stuff like that, and she's like just not listening to the voice of reasoning
Kind of
a little bit better,
That's kind of what happened, exactly.
kind of, but just not conveyed.
Because
as
she was
good.
almost ready to kill Loki before all that.
I know, but it still was just not conveyed as good, man. It really wasn't. No matter how you look at it,
I feel like it was conveyed like as best as this he could.
definitely as best as they could because it doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah.
Like I will say this much though, it's like I think what kind of does it for me is one, you showed off Kane, who's like obviously the big threat for like the future Marvel going forward. He did it in a TV show, so I'm like, respect to that. Two, it's not like a crazy beam struggle in the sky like every other like Marvel movie thing has to end with. But on top of that too, the fact that it's like it's not even really combat in it. It's just them talking and you seeing just how fucking out there Kang is.
Yeah,
Like
honestly,
this-
King, when you actually see him, was pretty good. Like the best part, in my opinion, was them getting to Kang, like towards that end where you see like all the other Lokis and stuff like that. That was really good.
That's the episode before.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, yeah. That was probably one of my favorite
I still
scenes.
love that. But even like the reveal of Kang, like I still thought was really freaking good. It's just him
Yeah, he was
sitting in the
actually
elevator eating an apple. I think his name is John DeMajors, but he's
Yeah, it's pretty good,
honestly
actually.
he's like a really fun actor. Like I'm really liking him.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I always get afraid when we have one actor doing multiple roles. Like I
Yeah.
wonder how they're going to like handle always trying to keep it fresh when it's always just him. But
Yeah, we'll
for
definitely
now,
see.
but for now though, shoot, dude, I felt like he was the winner. I was like, yo, you feel like Even though you're not even doing anything hostile, like you feel like an intimidating ass villain.
Yeah, like he does feel like there's more to it.
And I respect that. So, and I agree. And to me, it's like it's funny that like when it comes to Loki, we hop right to the villain in the ending, where I still think the entire show was good all the way through.
All of it's definitely good. It's just that ending that just hinders me for me.
Which is fair. Like I can't take that away from you because, like, to me, it's like it's one of those things where either you
have to turn off your brain.
You kind of have to.
You have to like. You have to turn it off pretty hard.
I'll admit that. It's one of those things where, like, if this doesn't happen legit, there is no, like, phase 5, phase 6.
Kind of also, like, when we get done with the House of Dragons and season stuff like that, I want to say, like, a high number, but I'm like, that plot hole is definitely a point down for sure.
But to me, it's like, that's the difference, though. Like, with that one, it's literally, she showed up for no reason, looked at them, and went, hey, this is cool, and this left. And I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? But this at least it was like, I came here to do something, and she was so fixated, she just did it. So it's kind of why I don't think it gets to me that bad.
That is true. Like, it is definitely a better version than the
House of Dragon one. That was painful. That
one
was like
makes literally no sense. But that one's literally turn off your brain like really hard. Nah, I'm still gonna stick on that hill. I'll still stay. It's a 9.
That's fine. Like I respect it. I respect it, Art.
Unfortunately.
Next one. I don't know if you watched this one. What If?
I watched some of it, not all of it.
It's a weird boat. So for me, like somebody who like likes What If stuff in general, like I like the idea like you taking like different plots and then going like, oh, but what if this happened? But what if this happened? And for that, I respect it. I just don't think it. One, I don't think it went far enough in a few places. And the second thing is, I don't see the point of it. Like,
I don't see the point of it either.
Nothing in it felt like it had like a reason to exist. It didn't even feel like it was trying to set up something. Like even with Infinity Ultron at the very end, or like, that's cool. You're fighting a dude who's like, he's so strong, he hits you, he knocks you to a different dimension and shatter each time. It's like, yeah, that's dope and all that, but it's also like, why are we doing? Where is this going? Even with the person who's narrating, it's just a watcher. It's like your whole thing is just you watch these events play out, and it's like maybe as short stories, they're all like fine, but even as short stories, nothing in them really blew me away. Nothing in it had me like, yo, this is.
Oh, the only one I actually really did like was the Black Panther one.
Really, I hated that one with the whole Tony Stark one.
No, the one where he's or is that Killmonger?
It's Killmonger you're talking about. Well, Killmonger saves Tony Stark.
No. The one where T'Challa is a Star-Lord.
Oh! Yeah, that one's really good. I'm going to give that one to you. That was, honest to God, almost too good. Just the idea of knowing that, like, oh yeah, even with the space instead of Peter Quill, the entire galaxy would just be a better place. Even Thanos was on his side. I'm like, that's kind of hilarious. I'm going to be real.
I know they kept like calling the genocider and stuff like that. It's so funny, dude.
But like things like that, I feel like it hit good. Like it's solid, but it still hits you with that whole. But what's the purpose behind it?
Yeah, there is no purpose behind it. It's literally just short stories. But the problem is the short stories aren't as. It's not as crazy, I guess.
They're solid things.
Like if we were gonna do like what ifs, like go crazy with it, right?
Yeah. And I will say, like on top of my head, the ones that I love was the Black Panther one, the Thor versus Captain Marvel one. I thought was really fun. The Doctor Strange one with his wife I thought was really fun. And maybe, and strong emphasis on maybe, the Marvel Zombies one. But even
was that pretty good?
It was fine, but to me the thought process is Marvel Zombies, out of all the what if things that exist, that's always been a really infamously famous thing from Marvel. Like that's Marvel's version of our DC Blackest Night.
Blackest Night. Yeah, I was going to say Blackest Night.
So the idea of me going like, that's supposed to compete with Blackest Night, and I go, no,
not even close.
Mm-mm. And that's kind of where I'm at with it now. Right? I want to see what happens. I like the fact that at the end it brought it together, and it went, all right, cool. I made like essentially the multiversal Avengers, where these are like my specific people from different multiverses that come together to deal with problems at the very end. We're like, okay. That's kind of
interesting.
cool. I'm gonna see where that goes in the future. But as for now, I was kind of in. They got season 2 coming out, so we're just gonna see what happens during that. I'll check it out again. But also, and then Marvel Zombies, they just have to do a full-fledged show behind that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, again, because like it's the most famous What If on like Marvel side.
Really?
Like their most famous like Elseworld story. So
Because like I just never could see anything that could beat Darkest Night to me because I love Darkest Night.
honest to God, same, but also that's Jeff Johns. You can't really beat Jeff Johns' writing.
That's true.
I forgot the guy who originally wrote Marvel Zombies, but he is somebody big. That said, though, to go to like the rest of this list real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Hawkeye didn't bother, didn't try.
I did not try even. I like a lot of this phase stuff. We did not try at all.
I know, but that's the thing. Most of it doesn't even hit me. Like with the Hawkeye thing, you got my least favorite Avenger, and I don't like Christmas plots. And you put them both together, and you made it a next generation passing the torch on thing. And get me wrong, there's some stuff I probably should have checked out that I would have liked. Like they mentioned Kingpin being in it.
Yeah, I heard that he's in it.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Not really draw me in.
Nope, not at all.
So that one just existed. Moving on past that, Moon Knight. I really like
That actually really had.
for a character on Marvel side I always made fun of.
That actually had pretty good.
They
Actually,
did a good job with him. This is my thing.
where would you
Oscar
rate me
Isaac.
that?
What are I rated?
Yeah, I'm like
8.
thinking. I like 8.
Yeah. What are you thinking about?
I was thinking maybe even a 9, but I'm like thinking about it. I was like, that ending.
Yeah. Last couple eps, honest to God. Even the
Yeah.
off-screen finale.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. The ending and how it conveys, it's like not as
It's
good
not
for
good.
sure.
But I will say it's so weird. Like that is the show where I think it's worth watching for like the first half of it. It doesn't really start losing me until like roughly the last 2 eps.
Yeah, 100%.
But besides that, it was great. Like I was had a fun ride with that one.
Yeah, it was definitely a good watch though, for sure.
But also I think Oscar Isaac is like a really crazy good actor. So
Yeah,
he helps out just about everything he's in. I Am Groot.
I didn't even bother.
I didn't bother either. I didn't really kind of see a point.
Man, guys, this is a good review for Marvel Phase 4.
Ain't it, y'all? I hope y'all loving it. Miss Marvel, did you bother?
No,
Because I ain't bother.
I definitely didn't.
It's just I'm not a Miss Marvel fan. I just haven't been. I don't like any from all new to all different Marvel. I just full on flat out say that. Yeah, I know she's like the poster child of, and everybody like loves her. Which is why she's popping up in like more stuff, Avengers game. But I'm not huge on her character, and that's before they change her up from the comics. But they made her a mutant though, bro. So she's like, I think our first confirmed mutant for the MCU.
Really?
So she's a mutant instead of an Inhuman now.
Yeah,
To
probably
me-
because it's like, Inhumans aren't that good.
But to me, that also came like the last nail in the coffin to say, all right, we are done with Inhumans. We are moving on for Inhumans.
I like that because Inhumans is just not good. I tried watching that TV show and I do not recommend it.
No. I hate Inhumans on a good thing. I wasn't going to try the show. She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Guys,
Don't watch
we
it.
tried. We tried.
I legitimately tried and I was like, dude, this is too much. for
I
me.
gave it my strongest attempt. But like as it went on, I was like, I can't. Oh, to answer your earlier thing about the whole Hulk thing. So, Emil, who's the main villain from Incredible Hulk, Abomination,
Yeah.
that's the same Emil. And he's in that Shang-Chi too as a character.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like him and Wong show up at a fight club. It's like so freaking good.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
But as far as it goes in the show, though, oh no,
I don't know.
oh my, with the show. Hell, bro, I'm be honest with you. If it's going through all these, said anything at all, watch Shang-Chi and give that a shot. You're basically
I'll check it
fine to
out.
skip everything else.
I might pick that out, honestly.
That's it. Hey, here go one I watched. I don't think you watched.
Couldn't take it.
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, I was meaning to watch that. I just did not have time.
Did you pure curiosity? Did you see my review for it?
Nope, not at all.
So why don't you do me a favor real quick? All right, there you go. So it's on our Discord. Type the word werewolf, and my review is at the second thing that pops up.
Search werewolf?
Yeah, just type in the word werewolf. Yeah, my review is the second thing.
Oh, it's probably why I can't find it.
Oh, were you expecting more?
Yeah, I was thinking it's like, oh, it's gonna probably be a big, long one.
No.
Oh, okay. Damn.
That's it.
Would you like to comment on that? No?
I think I said everything I need to say about it.
It's there. All right. It exists. I like it.
It's it's in that category of I kind of want people to watch it just to experience what I experienced.
To see what they go off of.
Because I will say this much: if you grew up with like a lot of 1950s movies and 1940s movies, honest to God, even like the old classic Godzilla films,
I do love me Godzilla.
you'll get the same feel.
But will I get a kaiju though?
Yes.
All right, that's lit. All right.
It's like it's 40 minutes long, and it's
Yeah.
it's just all I'm gonna say is just like I went through this whole thing, and then like I've never seen something that's made me speechless all the way through, and then you get to the very end, and all you hear is somewhere over the rainbow, and I just got up. I was like, okay.
All right, what,
That's
you don't
it.
like his opinion?
I still stick to what I gave it. It's a 7 out of 10. I just, I will openly tell you, I've never experienced anything like that.
It's a
My
hard
life.
one, huh?
Yeah. I think Joe gave it a 10. I gotta like double check to see. And honestly, I go, that's fair.
That's
That's fair.
somewhere. It's that over the rainbow, bro. You just don't know.
But we'll end up seeing like I'm guessing those characters are gonna be like brought into like the MCU as a whole now. So it's gonna be nice to get our I'll call it what I always call her, female Dante.
El Dante.
Senor Dante. Like yeah, getting her and then getting probably the scariest thing we see in the MCU, like power wise too, next to Wanda.
Who?
Man thing.
Man thing.
I won't lie to you. Picture Swamp Thing, but with lasers and lava.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, no. Hard stick to my review.
I was just still thinking about that werewolf thing. 7 out of 10. Just nothing else though. No confrontation.
No reason behind or anything. Just
Yeah.
this is this. I stick to it.
Like, I feel like it just made you uncomfortable is what I'm assuming, but I'm not sure. No?
I literally, there's nothing I can say about it. There's absolutely nothing.
That's crazy.
You know what's kind of funny? I thought it was just a me thing, but no, I think even Joe did the same exact thing. He didn't have a spoiler section or nothing.
He was just like, it's there.
He just was like, all right, this is nostalgic. The video just ends. I was like, okay.
Checks out.
Like I said, it's it is one of those things. Did you ever, you know how I would sum it up to you? You ever seen those Christmas carols when Christmas come around with like Nutcracker and Rudolph the Reindeer and all the other stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like Marvel attempted a Halloween version of that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I will say, like, from what I hear, everyone loves it. Myself included. It's just, it exists. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose to be that guy or nothing. It's just
Yeah, because it's just so weird to me. Because I'm just like, well, what's the thing? That's what makes it a 7. That's what I want to know.
Yes. So next on the list, the final thing for our TV shows. Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. The trailer for this dropped. Huh?
Wait, is that out or no?
No, it's not out yet. This is going to come out next month. But the trailer dropped already. You expect me to go into more detail? I'm not.
I know. I'm just like kind of like taking that in there for a second.
It's I won't lie to you. It feels like if Guardians of the Galaxy had a live action TV show, this would be it. Like legitimately, it feels like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but with Guardians characters. And like, get me wrong, it's a way. Like I watched it, I was just like, this seems like it's gonna be solid. I don't care for like Christmas themed stuff. I really don't.
But the fact that you told me it's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but
with Guardian characters.
I'm like, all right, I'll watch that.
That's the vibe I got from the trailer. So feel free to watch the trailer too. Get your thoughts eventually.
Yeah,
but
I'll check that out.
Yeah, that's it. And after that, that's it.
We
Phase
done?
4 is done. So
Yeah, that's a lot of
technically
stickers.
speaking, Phase 4 ends with the holiday special.
That checks out.
Yeah, but dude, that's the thing. It's like No Way Home like not counting that. The fact that the best thing in here is more or less the 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like that hurts me.
Yeah, like if you had to rate it as a whole, it's like,
The whole phase.
Oh, God.
My God. I'll give it a 6.
Sounds about right. And honestly, that's even being generous.
I was
if
gonna
we're being
say like, that is me being generous. Like that's mainly coming from I did enjoy Shang-Chi. I didn't hate Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, but it hurts me.
Same for Love and Thunder. I didn't.
It definitely
hate
hurts
Love
me.
and Thunder.
But it definitely hurt me once again.
And then it goes to the other thing. It was like WandaVision was fun till it wasn't. Falcon and Winter Soldier is there
It was fun
until it wasn't.
until
Loki I was fun my way through. That's a solid one. What If was like to me. There you go. Now it's done at the young kids. What If was mid. What If was just super mid. For me.
yeah.
Didn't mess with Hawkeye, but Moon Knight was fun till it wasn't.
Moon Knight was good until it wasn't. Yeah, I know, right?
Miss Marvel I didn't bother with.
I'm not even trying. I'm pretty sure that wasn't. And
She-Hulk.
school would probably be
Did you hear
more.
about the finale for She-Hulk?
Yeah, I did, and everyone's hyping it up. I know.
When are we getting the X-Men, Kevin? Just tell me. I can tell you this much. It's coming really soon. There you go, fans. Like my show now. I did it. Y'all got y'all X-Men.
Got the X-Men, and they hyped up that we might get Prime Hulk or Hulkbuster.
Oh, yeah. No, not even fight the... No, they hyped up Planet Breaker Hulk, or World War Hulk. Because it showed Hulk's son,
Yep.
too. It's like, oh, cool. We got Scar. Now, in which case... I don't know how they made it look like more of a fuckboy than he does in the comics, but they found a way.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
God. It's like this, and then Werewolf by Night existed. But it's like, out of everything here, it's like, for every point I want to try to give it, there's like 2 more that knocks it down.
Oh, 100%. And like I said, we're being generous. We are being very generous. It's like we're not even like snuffing our nose a little bit. Like, no, we're on that Copia meme for sure.
This is like what I'm talking about. Like, I'm hoping that legit this was just a bump in the road and just trying to figure out what they wanted to do going forward. And now Phase 5, I'm hoping they got it figured out. Because
I hope so.
Quickly to like knock out the Phase 5 with to tell you what we got coming that's just confirmed.
Yeah.
We got Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was going to start it. Which
Which is like, all right.
I'm hyped for that. Kang the Conqueror, boy Kang, will be the main villain for that film.
Yeah, Dynasty, yeah.
Well, no, I mean in the Ant-Man movie, he's going to be the villain for the movie.
Yeah, I heard of that one, yeah.
So that's hype. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yep.
I'm not looking forward to the Marvels. I'll just keep
Which one?
it real. The Marvels. That's Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, and Miss Marvel on an adventure together.
Huh. That's all I got.
Then it's Captain America: New World Order, which I don't know. It's a Captain America movie.
But without Cap?
I don't know.
Or unless they're talking about Falcon, I guess.
But no, could they call him Captain Falcon?
I don't know. Are we getting Secret Wars?
We will. Actually, hold on. We'll keep on moving on to that then. Cause we got Thunderbolts after that. This is just movies right now.
Yeah.
So then we got Thunderbolts, which is the name of the evil Avengers. Then we got the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Great, bro. They strike thunder. And then to finish it all off, the ending of Phase 5 is Blade. Which got delayed, which hurts me.
It does hurt. I hope that new Blade is good.
Same,
I really do.
Same. The actor looks like he can deliver. So I'm hoping good for him. I know there's a lot of rumors of a lot of script issues. And that's why I got delayed. Because they kept showing him the script and he was like, I don't like this. This doesn't even sound fun.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Well, here's the thing. I always, no offense to him, but I always feel bad when actors say, I don't like your script. Because it's almost it's the script writer's job to be writing a script and things like that. You
man, I'm gonna hit you with something, right?
Go for it.
So you're telling me Henry Cavill, right, was just I don't think we should go with this script. I think what we should do is do this instead, going from The Witcher page for page. And you're telling me you wouldn't do it? I'm looking at you, suspect. I'm not saying he's on that level, but I'm
But to me, that's one thing we have a passion for it. Now, let's say it wasn't Henry Cavill that's doing the whole Witcher thing. Let's say instead, I don't know. Let's say it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Let's say it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And let's say this was the Black Adam script.
Yeah.
And let's say he kept going I don't know. I don't like the way this sounds. It seems this don't seem fun to me.
I would still kind of take that ooh, man, what are you guys trying to do a little bit? Not gonna lie to you.
I don't know. To me, it's I see it more so I'll take your input because you're the one that's bringing the character to life.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll take that, but then also I'm kind of looking at it going man, but also it's you're not the one behind the script or you're not part of the fan base or anything. So it's I almost kind of see it an insult of it. What do you know, man? With the Witcher one with the Henry Cavill, at least he always said he's been a super big Witcher fan, things like that. He's been working with the guy who wrote the books for the show and everything too. So it's to me, it's all right, that one I kind of get it. But it'll be and let's use another show we both seen recently, House of Dragon. It'll be if everything this on Damon's script, because this is confirmed, he flat out said he just hated everything that was on page.
Oh, really?
And he wanted that changed out. He just basically came in for a paycheck, more or less.
Dang.
To which I say, damn, man, is that you coming in for a paycheck? You a good-ass actor.
I know, right? Dang.
But the idea, now picture if everything you saw with Damon that we liked, they said to take out. He felt like Damon was too mean. He's just I can't see a person like this being believably nice to his family after everything he's been doing. I'm
that's a valid point. I'll give you that one.
It's kind of my thoughts on it. I'm not gonna say either one's right or wrong. I'm really not.
Yeah, because you could look at both points. If I played, obviously, let's say I played a hero, right? I'm gonna know most hero stuff because I have a passion in hero stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
But if I talked about a James Bond or something like that, I still like James Bond, but I don't like it as much as others do. And I start saying, hey man, I don't think we should do that.
Even to the whole James Bond thing, because most of them are adapted from the books. It's to me, let's say that you have it as an adaptation. It's just this is how the character acted in a book. It's I don't like how he's acting, so I'm gonna change that. You say that as the actor. I don't know, part of me would kind of be fuck you, dude. The people in the book like this. That's what we doing.
It's man, that's the other problem that most movies have now is when they do something based off a book or something like that and they don't follow it pretty much to the letter.
Basically everything.
Oh man, it sucks.
Usually what a lot of animes do though. They sometimes they'll loosely follow
Look at Tokyo Ghoul. Look at Tokyo Ghoul. Somehow we still came back around and put anime.
Brought anime in, people.
You like that, right? I think so too.
Oh my god, let's wrap up the TV shows for Phase 5 real quick.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion, the Nick Fury show.
I'd watch that.
I'm looking forward to it. People are hyped for it. Secret Invasion, Secret Wars. I know where the two Marvel comics people bring up all the fucking time to me. So I'm hoping it's hype. Echo, I am not looking forward to it. I just
don't know what the heck Echo is, but okay.
She's the best I could say it, how I would feel, she's reverse Daredevil. Instead of not being able to, she can't see. I mean, she can see, but she can't hear anything.
What
You said the reverse Daredevil. I was like, oh, she can see really good, I guess.
You got it right. She can see amazingly. She just can't hear.
All right.
But she sees so well, she might as well not be able to hear.
Can she like see like the airwaves or some shit?
Mhm.
Like, okay, I figured.
But apparently, there's gonna be a lot of her and Daredevil in that show. So,
Gotcha.
just
I don't know. Daredevil just kind of made more sense to me a little bit because he can't just see the entire room. He has to have some type of noise going on, and then the sound bounces off. It makes sense.
well, bro, she can make the sound.
She can't make sound. She can make her eyes.
She can make an echo.
Okay. How does she see better than where she could see like invisible freaking airwaves?
But no, it's like now somebody moving around in the room, she'll see that the shift of the air in the room, and know somebody's like behind something.
That's not plausible. I don't think.
No, it's just like Captain America. He can see faster.
It's just like Wanda.
She's weak to rocks, though, bro.
No, yeah, exactly. She's got smushed by rocks.
But after that, oh my god! After that is the Loki season 2, which is gonna be hype.
Oh, know where we're going with this next.
With Loki?
Yeah, like what are we gonna do? Because like last time we watched it, he's in a whole different multiverse, right?
Yeah. Apparently, it's gonna take place right where that season ended.
Oh, that sounds actually kind of hype. Because I'm like, where do we go now?
So no time skips or nothing. This is gonna be immediate go. So I'm actually, I'm looking for this.
Yeah, that's super curious. Because I'm like, man,
I feel like there's presentations to take that. I feel like
there's definitely
really is.
There's a lot, but I'm just like, where do we go now?
Besides that, there's the Ironheart show. Wasn't looking forward to that either.
I'll probably not watch that, to be honest.
I don't blame you. Then there's
I realized when I was trying to watch She-Hulk, I was just like, man, I'm just gonna say it's trash and just call it a day now. Because I'm like,
like just play a safe bet on it.
I'm like, guys, if you guys want me to like review it and give
if
me
y'all really ask for it, sure. Other than that, dude, I'm like, interest.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to be generous. I really am, but I don't have any interest.
Like, if you want me to be that guy who'll watch the Hulk for you, that way I can tell you, like, hey, Daredevil actually has some importance and he might have a movie.
Well, he does. He bangs She-Hulk.
Like a goddamn G.
What a legend.
Godspeed, Daredevil. Godspeed.
He too like big woman.
God's plan. There's nothing wrong with a little thick, all right? Nothing wrong with
just
that.
a little.
Just a little bit.
But after that is Agatha Coven of Chaos, which is the Agatha show.
Which, again, I don't know where we're going to take that, because didn't she die?
No, she didn't die.
Oh, she didn't.
If anything, it makes sense it's happening now, I guess. Because Wanda put her underneath a spell forever. And then Wanda died.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense.
They, I have to, look out and tell you who it was. But they said another character's going to be in it. I know I got kind of hyped for it, but I forgot who the character was.
That doesn't sound good.
I know it's a good thing. I just remember why it was a good thing. And then the finale that ended on TV shows is Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, Daredevil, but we're doing a reamped?
Not really. It's like the universe didn't get rebooted or nothing. So it's still the same universe.
Oh, okay.
Just a new season now in the MCU.
All right.
I kind of would have been happy to get a Punisher. I was just going to say the same thing. Like, I've been happy if we got a Punisher announcement with that. Honestly.
He was in the part of the Dark Avengers. Come on,
I'm positive they're going to end up putting Punisher inside here with him.
They have to be, right?
I'm positive they will. And then, of course, like I said, for some reason they announced Phase 6 right away, but we only know about the 2 Avenger films in it.
That's all. Jesus, they're on it.
Mm-hmm. If only Star Wars can have it this good.
I know, right? After hear you talk about the tail stuff, kind of makes me scared now. I'm like, oh no.
When you get to the Dooku episodes, they're great.
I know, but you told me everything else. I was like, oh man, you hate to see it.
Oh my god. But yeah, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Deadpool 3, Kane Dynasty, and Secret Wars for Phase 6.
Anyway, we get the new Deadpool with Wolverine. I'm ready.
That's going to be fun.
I cannot wait.
You're looking at 2024 at the earliest for that.
Ah, man. I'll wait for it.
Waited this long, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And bro, that's Marvel. That's all of it.
That's God's plan, bro.
How you feeling right now, man?
That looks a lot better than what phase we got now.
Phase 5 legitimately looks solid.
It does. It does look pretty solid, honestly.
I mean, there's some obvious missing things. I really want to see how they do X-Men. We got the new X-Men TV show coming out next year, dude. I want to...
Who's the main person for that one?
Main person as far as what?
For the main character.
Wolverine.
All right.
Wolverine and Magneto together.
Huh.
Actually, let me go a step further. To like maybe temper your hype a little bit. They're taking the old TV show from the 90s that never got a final season, and they're doing a final season for it and said it will be canon to the MCU.
Oh, okay, got you.
Mm.
Oh, so they're just finishing off the 90s cartoon.
That never had an ending.
Oh. But
they said it will be canon to the MCU.
Well, that's cool, though.
And I don't know if you remember where the 90s one ended, but it ended with Xavier being missing and Magneto leading the X-Men.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, like, to me, I'll be real with you, dude. Like, what I'm legitimately hoping on, is that at the last episode, you're going to see some change that goes to multiverse type stuff. They're going to go to live action and show them all at, like, the mansion at the very end.
That would be lit.
Like, I'm hoping. That's my conspiracy theories, big brain, dream come true.
You're asking for too much.
I know, but I want it.
Because I want it too.
The other thing that's not on this list that they mentioned is coming next year, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, is Spider-Man's freshman year.
What?
They're doing another Spider-Man, and it's so weird. Because the way I would sum it up is it feels like Spider-Man What If? Like, what if Spider-Man, instead of being with Tony Stark the whole time, he was with Green Goblin, who took him underneath his wing.
Oh, he'd be a villain.
But he doesn't know he's Green Goblin. It's just more so, it's not so much the Tony Stark, Iron Man like that. It's more so with Oswald. And Oswald's like his father figure the whole time. Like his Uncle Ben.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to see.
I'll watch it.
I think it's supposed to be 6 episodes. We'll see where it goes. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Huh. I was thinking we were talking about Tom Holland Spider-Man. I was like, what? Freshman year? It's like, wait a minute, he's not a freshman.
Let's go. Freshman college.
Gotcha.
But even to that, it's like, I still would almost rather take another live action, us hopping right into that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, we'll see. I don't want them to go right into Venom, but at this point, I also feel like it's kind of time.
It is time.
But I hate to say this, bro, and it's because your dream come true. We got a Venom that's going strong right now on Sony's side. So I doubt Sony will let them do it. I don't think they want like 2 Venoms.
Yeah, you're right about
that one. A good Venom and then Tom Hardy.
I know, right?
Fight me, comments. We'll end up seeing. But bro, that's it, man. That's all I had.
We did it. We finally done it. We gave our entire review, and we only mentioned anime once. I think. Probably.
We'll see. I'm gonna edit it. It's gonna be like a whole 40-minute block dedicated to anime.
Every time. Happens to the best, literally.
Oh my god, guys! If you like it, there's a like button down there. Feel free to press it.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Subscribe and like. It helps out a lot.
And like, if you subscribe right now, yeah, that's it.
No, they don't get anything.
No, I don't really have much. Don't have much.
Well, you
I got Digimon addiction, and I get Magic addiction too now.
There
so
you
like,
go. You know what? Here we go. Here we go. Right here, bro. Right here, right now. 100 subs. I will stream. I will pay for you to go to a Digimon tournament, and I will stream the entire event.
I'd be down for that.
All right, guys. There you go. That's my commitment right there.
I'd have to go pretty far for that, to be honest.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I realize how much I'm paying here.
That'd be some crazy stuff. They're like, yeah, we don't like just your podcast. We also like watching you play card games. I didn't know you like doing that too.
Why can't you not, dude? Like, a lot of our Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes on the podcast are some of our best ones.
Oh, God, I'd go back into Yu-Gi-Oh! If it wasn't so bad, though. Like,
It's, doing Master Duels right now.
yeah, I'm just like, God, it's just like, I'm good now. I don't want to wait 30 years for me to play the game.
Come on, though. No, that's like the most intense 30-year move in the world, though. I
Right.
was, I mean, we'll talk about it, like, off air, but, like, Ackman put out a video about, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And how he feels about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so interesting. He was talking about, like, how he fell in love with Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the GX era, the right era.
Right.
And how, like, he went ham with it, and then he left for a while. And he left back when Synchro was coming big. He came back when Lynx was a thing. And he was like, I was looking at a whole different game. What happened? And he's like, why does he play Pokemon just as hard? Like, how Pokemon probably just as complex now, right? He's like,
No, I ain't
nothing changed. It's like, why did Yu-Gi-Oh! Change so much? What's a pendulum summon? And broke me.
You funny as hell. You think Pokemon changed at all? Nah, man. Pokemon knows what's real. Pokemon is one of those people where, like, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And it ain't broken, so they ain't gonna fix it.
I think we got a couple of broken things in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, we definitely do. They're definitely not fixing it. They're just like, hey, we're good still, right? Yeah, we got it.
One day, even kind of got me. Just like, how did you fix power creep? More power creep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying right now. Konami is just like, you know what, man? This deck is doing so good. All right, cool. And then we're gonna ban it whenever we make it something new. So like,
Konami, these cards are so strong, it makes trap cards useless. How should we fix that? Hand traps. Konami, that goes against what a trap card is.
hand traps.
Hand trap. All right, everyone, have a good one.
Yeah, take care.